Yes! Yes! Oh man! Game time! Yes! Oh man, how excited are you? How excited am I? Okay. In case you are wondering, I originally was going to have the stream at 7. I quickly switched it to 7:10, just 5 minutes before kickoff. Oh man, maybe I should have been 15 minutes early, just to rant and rave how excited I am about today's game. This is a big one. This is a big game. If you're not aware, the Chiefs are a 10.5 point favorite against AFC West rival Denver. I was adamant. I had Denver covering. I think this is going to be a close game. This is a big game for the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are 1-4. They win tonight, they can turn the whole season around. At 1-5, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Chiefs lose this game. If the Chiefs lose this game, they're 3-2. Every other team in the AFC has 2 losses except for Miami and Kansas City, and the Chiefs will play Miami in Frankfurt, Germany in just a few weeks. It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. So are they? Do they give the less effort? Are they more worried about the Chargers the following week? This is the biggest game of the season for the Denver Broncos because they win this game. All the talk goes away. All the negativity goes away. They finally ended the streak. They beat the evil Chiefs. It's all over. But the Chiefs, it's not that big of a deal. This is going to be a close game, folks. If you are expecting a blowout, I would be surprised. I'm here. I'm going to do play-by-play, live play-by-play reaction, but I think a lot of Chiefs fans are expecting this to be an easy win. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be an easy win. This is going to be a dogfight, and I hope 3 hours from now I'm eating those words. I would love nothing more than this for being an easy win. Injury report, there's not too much news on the injury report except there's one big name that's on there, and that's Frank Clark. He's out with an illness. The Broncos restructured his contract, making it easier to trade or perhaps just release the big free agent formerly of the Kansas City Chiefs. And I, for one, would love that Frank Clark back in red, which, by the way, the Chiefs are going all red tonight. Denver is getting rid of those god-awful, maybe the worst uniforms I've ever seen in my life. Those god-awful orange with the white helmet. They're going back to the road white. So red versus white. The good guys are in red and the bad guys are in white. I will be on DraftKings. If you have any prop bets, questions, over-unders, in-game betting, one of my subscribers has a prop bet plus 330. So a $100 bet will win you $330. Roughly, it's about 3.3 to 1. I didn't ask about the money amount, but he has a Jared McKinnon anytime touchdown. Jared McKinnon anytime touchdown. So that's something that we're going to pull for, because if you do sports betting, I am here to help you win. I actually really like it because McKinnon's a guy that hasn't been in the end zone for a couple weeks. This is a game that makes a lot of sense for McKinnon to break out of that touchdownless streak. And I'll be honest, I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head. I should have looked that up before I went on, but I'm pretty excited about McKinnon getting a touchdown and one of my loyal subscribers getting plus 330. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. Big names not on the injury report. I probably should have started with that. Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos running back. And I think he has to have a key role in this game. I think he has to have a big game. I don't see Denver winning without Javonte Williams having a big game. He is going to be healthy and he's going to play. And I think he's going to get a lot of touches. On the Chiefs, that Travis guy is playing. He's for those of you who don't know, Travis Kelce suffered a high ankle sprain in a game in last Sunday's game against the Vikings. He is healthy. He is 100% ready to go. And Taylor Swift is in attendance. So I know everybody is excited about that. Nobody is sick of Taylor Swift. At least Chiefs fans are not sick of Taylor Swift. They love it. I love it. I can't wait. This is going to be a great game. Big opportunity for the Denver Broncos to get their season wrapped up. And can Kansas City match the intensity? Can they look? They're heavy favorites. If they lose this game, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. If they're 3-2, it doesn't matter because they're going to play Miami. They still got the inside track for the 1 seed. Now, keep in mind, if they lose this game and then lose to Miami, they'll be essentially 3 behind Miami if Miami, doesn't lose another game between now and the Germany game, which is going to be in a few weeks. If I remember correctly, it's November 5th. If I have my schedule memorized correctly, it's November 5th. So I do not have the link ready, but I don't have the link ready, but I will be on tomorrow night live, same as always, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time Friday. I will be live. I'm going to go over the rest of my games. And I just don't have the live stream set up yet, but I have this one ready to go. I got my boy Denver Gators in the house. Denver Gator, despite the name, is a huge LSU Tiger Kansas City Chief fan. He says, yeah, I'm here and I'm a glutton for punishment. I'll be in and off. Hey, Denver Gator, man, it's always good to have you on, man. I appreciate love and support, brother. It's really great to have you here. And I think you're going to be in for a treat, Denver Gator. I think you're going to be in for a real treat because I think this is going to be a much closer game than the experts expect. The line's 10.5. I think Denver covers. That would be my play, is to have Denver cover. The over-under, I think, is 47.5 at kickoff. I do have it pulled up here. Or I did have it pulled up. Yeah, 47.5, at least by DraftKings, depending on which service that you're using. But I kind of am leaning towards the over on this game, but it's not 100% certain that it's going to be over. So that's kind of my play. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of people, at least Chiefs Kingdom wise, think it's going to be a blowout, think it's going to be an easy win. That's not going to be the case. It's going to be a dogfight. This is going to be a very good game. Denver Gator, you are in for a treat. This is going to be a very good football game, and I am so happy that you're here joining me, man. That's the whole point about doing this channel and doing the play-by-play and doing the games is just to reach out to different fans at different fan bases, interact with people. If you're a football fan, I want you to be here and I want you to join me. I don't care who you're a fan of. You can even be a Broncos fan. And I think if you are a Broncos fan, you're in for a treat. This is going to be a fun game. I do have the Chiefs winning. I just don't have them covering 10.5. And folks, we're ready to kick off here. Denver Broncos are going to receive. They are going to get the ball first as Butker has the kick lined up. And the game is underway. The kick is up. It's going to be out of the end zone here. Denver's going to start off on the 25-yard line here. We have Russell Wilson quarterbacking the Denver Broncos, much maligned since he's come over from Seattle. But he is going to be a future Hall of Famer. And his stats have not been bad. They just haven't resulted in wins. He's got to have a good game. The last season, he's actually played rather well against the Kansas City Chiefs. So Denver gets the ball 1st and 10 on their 25-yard line. They're going left to right on your screen here. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation. Jerry Jeudy in motion at the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff. Breaks the tackle, gets up to 30 to 34-yard line. A gain of 9. It's McLaughlin for the Denver Broncos. Now, keep in mind, Javonte Williams is healthy. He's going to play. He's going to play, but that's McLaughlin, the rookie, undrafted rookie out of Youngstown State. So he gets first play of the game here. Right now, we're going old school I formation. Russell Wilson under center, Javonte Williams in the backfield, handoff to the fullback, and he breaks a tackle, gets a first down for the Denver Broncos. So the Denver Broncos on 2nd and 1 don't decide to take a shot. They just go ahead and try to get the first down. Burton with a 3-yard carry. So the Denver Broncos are going to get a 1st and 10 on their own 37. So 2 running plays. And this is what Denver really wants to do here. Denver wants to go ahead, control the clock, limit possessions, maximize their opportunities, and eat the clock here. So 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos, 37 shotgun formation. Russell Wilson back pass. Quick pass to Cortland Sutton, just short of the first down here. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of 9, maybe 9.5 here. Nice slant route by Cortland Sutton using this 6'4" frame to shield off the smaller McDuffie, who's having an excellent season. So we're going to go 2nd and 1 here. And I would watch out for this play right here because 2nd and 1, last time they just went old school I formation. Don't be surprised if Denver takes a shot downfield here. 2nd and 1, Russell Wilson gets under center here. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen here. It's going to be a fake little slip screen to Jerry Jeudy, and it's snuffed out immediately. Connor, 4th round pick out of Virginia Tech, read the play perfectly. What they did is they tried to get a little creative here. Faked like they were going to run a play off tackle on the top of the screen to the left side. Instead, they went slip screen to Jeudy on the right. And what happened is the Chiefs stopped them for a loss of 1. They're going to call it 1. It could have been 2. So instead of 2nd and about 1.5, actually about half to 1, it's going to be 3rd and 2 here. Russell Wilson is motioning. So when you do a motion like this, you're trying to reset the clock here. They're going to give Russell Wilson a reset here. But the play clock is still going down. That's a good thing for Denver. They want to get as much clock off as they can. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here. Russell Wilson under center here. They're going to put an extra offensive lineman, 6 offensive linemen in for the Denver Broncos here. Denver Broncos handing off to Oh, Javonte Williams does a spin move, breaks the tackle, gets into Chiefs territory for a gain of 7. Nice play by Javonte Williams. And what happened is they put an extra offensive lineman in there. They went technically 13 formation, but instead of 3 tight ends, it was an extra offensive lineman. Basically, they went ahead and ran straight to the right side of the offensive line where the 3 tight ends are at. Javonte Williams was stopped originally, did a little spin move, got an extra several yards. And so it's a Denver Broncos first down in Chiefs territory, actually the Chiefs 45-yard line. Russell Wilson shotgun formation. Javonte Williams going to take the draw right up the middle, stopped by Chris Jones, but he powers forward, gets a gain of 3, maybe 4. Nice job by Javonte Williams. And Javonte Williams, folks, has to have a big game for the Denver Broncos to be successful. So after back-to-back carries, he's going to get a breather here. They're going to call it 2nd and 7. And early on, this is exactly what the Denver Broncos want to do. They want to run the ball. They want to control the clock. They want to shorten this game. So they're going to go 2 tight ends here, 2 wide receivers. Jerry Jeudy at the bottom. I can't tell. I believe that's Cortland Sutton at the top. 2 tight ends to the right of formation. Russell Wilson under center, hands off to McLaughlin, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard there. Willie Gay on the stop. It looks like he lost 1 yard. By the way, in case you're wondering if you're a Chiefs fan, Nick Bolton is getting the start after missing the last 2 games. I should have brought that up right away. It's really good to see number 32 out there for the Kansas City Chiefs. So McLaughlin loses a half a yard. Basically, it's going to be 2nd and 10 here for the Denver Broncos, and they're showing Steve Zagnolia. All right, I'm sorry. 3rd and 7 here for the Denver Broncos. My mistake here. Russell Wilson shotgun formation. He's going to scramble around. Mike Hanna's got him. Russell Wilson sprints free. He's going to go and drop it off to Troutman, number 82, tight end for the Broncos, but he stopped short of the first down. He got a gain of 5 here, and Mike Hanna almost had Russell Wilson for a big loss, but Russell Wilson made a nice play, spun free like he's done often in his career as he was with the Seattle Seahawks, and got Troutman for a short gain, but they are going to be short of the first down here. It wouldn't surprise me if Denver goes for it. They're going to call it 4th and 3. It's a short 3, long 2, depending on how you look at it. They're kind of in no man's land. It would be a really long field goal, or or you gain, you punt it out of the end zone just 18 yards, but they're going to go for it 4th and 3 here, and Denver's going to have to call a timeout as the play clock goes down to under 5, and the Denver Broncos are going to call their first timeout. So with 9:32 left in the first, we are at zeros across the board here. Denver early on has done a great job. They've utilized 5.5 minutes on the opening drive. This is exactly what they wanted to do. This is exactly what they wanted to do. Is they just simply wanted to shorten the game. They wanted to run the ball. They don't want to have Patrick Mahomes out on the field. They don't want to give him multiple opportunities. You just want to keep the game short. You want to keep it sweet, and you want to go ahead and give the good running backs that they got, Javonte Williams and McLaughlin, the rookie out of Youngstown State, an opportunity to shine. So it looks like they are going to continue to go for it after the after a timeout. 4th and 3, 9:32 left in the first quarter. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation. Burton, the fullback, is to his right. 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Troutman to the bottom here. It's going to be a shotgun formation for Russell Wilson. And he's back to pass here, looking to center the screen. He's got pressure. He's running around to the right. He's going to scramble. He's not going to make it. He's going to be sacked by Reed. Justin Reed, safety, comes in, makes the sack here. It's going to be Kansas City ball. So with 9:24 left in the first quarter, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get the ball tied up at 0 after the commercial break. Slasher, welcome, brother. I told everyone Sean Payton wouldn't do anything to change the Broncos. He's not going to the same level as Andy Reid. No, he's not. I didn't think that Sean Payton would be a good fit for Russell Wilson because what he did with the Saints is so different than what Russell Wilson does well. And Sean Payton, I think, he's not having a bad year, Russell Wilson. Let's give him credit. And by the way, Slasher, you're 100% correct. Russell Wilson's actually playing pretty good this season. I like what he's doing. And I do too. It's just that what he wants to do and what Sean Payton's offense has been in the past with the Saints is 2 separate and different things. I don't think it's really going to work out, but if it is going to work out, you got to figure out some other holes to fix. And right now it's defense. This is one of the better defenses in the National Football League over the past couple seasons. This year, it's been the worst ranked scoring defense, and former head coach, now defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, has gotten a lot of the blunt of that. I mean, it's just been terrible. The job he's done so far. Now maybe he can get things turned around, but it's kind of hard though when you have three new head coaches, 3 new defensive schemes, and 3 new defensive coordinators. Kind of hard to keep things intact, but there is a lot of talent on that defense. But there's a lot of problems that need to be fixed. But what Russell Wilson does and what Sean Payton did with the Saints is 2 separate and different things. So, oh man, I got keys in the house. Tomorrow is your day, Slasher. By the way, I will be live tomorrow. I don't have the live stream set up yet, but I will be live tomorrow. I will go over all my picks besides this one. I will answer all questions, and as you know, anything goes on the live stream. So I will be here ready to answer all your questions. I can't wait for tomorrow as well. So Friday the 13th. Oh man, I was wondering what you're talking about, but yeah, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. I did not think about that. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday the 13th. Huh. So, all right, Friday the 13th tomorrow, folks. Hopefully we don't have some bad luck here. As we are back to the game here, 1st and 10 on the 40 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to power forward to about the 44-yard line, maybe the 45. It's going to be a gain of 3, maybe 4. So I'm ready to watch all the movies. Andy Reid, that is pretty awesome. So on the commercial, they showed an Andy Reid corn maze, and that is just awesome. It's just awesome. They're going to give him a gain of 4 here. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs on the 45-yard line. Kadarius Toney's in motion to the top of the screen, joining Kelsey. Another handoff to Pacheco. He's going to bounce to the right side here. He's going to power forward after getting hit at midfield. He's going to corkscrew his way, power forward, and looks like he's got enough for the first down here. They are going to give him the first down. First down for the Kansas City Chiefs in enemy territory. Nice run by Isaiah Pacheco. This is something I would like to see the Chiefs do more, is get the running game involved and put less pressure on Patrick Mahomes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he can't play well, but we're going to go 2 tight ends to the top of the screen here. During a motion, Kelsey to the bottom, 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen here. Isaiah Pacheco to Patrick Mahomes left here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. And we got Travis Kelsey flips to Noah Gray. He's going to old school lateral, and it's going to be for a first down. It's a nice play here. What they did is they hit Travis Kelsey. Travis Kelsey just did a shuffle back to Noah Gray, came around, and we got a Kansas City Chiefs first down. So early on, we get a little Chiefs razzle-dazzle here. Nice play call by the Kansas City Chiefs. So, and it results in a first down. So for those of you who are doing fantasy, how to count that, it's a 9-yard catch and then a 6-yard run by Noah Gray. So it's 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs on the 36-yard of Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes gets shotgun snap, motions to his right. He wants to go deep. Everything's covered. Checks down to Kelsey, and he's going to be tackled at it looks like the 28-yard line, a gain of 8. So 2 receptions for Kelsey early on in the game here. Kelsey's pumped up. And if you were not aware, Kelsey was injured against the Vikings. His right ankle is heavily taped, but early on he looks good. Pair of receptions in the opening drive for Travis Kelsey, the future Hall of Fame tight end. Handoff to Pacheco around the right side. He's got blockers. He's going to get the first down and just a few more as he squirts past the 25. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs. What they did is they did a little counter and brought Humphrey and they brought Trey Smith as the blockers as they got the first down on the play here. So first down for the Kansas City Chiefs as they approach the red zone. This is going to be a nice drive. The Kansas City Chiefs would love to get points early on and put pressure on the Denver Broncos, pressure that they did not want. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, motions out to his right, and oh boy, almost picked off here. And what this is a sprint right by the Kansas City Chiefs, and they were just trying to get an out route. This was read perfectly by Jawan McMillan by the Denver Broncos. Almost picked off. He got one hand on it, couldn't catch the ball. That would have been a big opportunity for Denver to force a turnover here as the Chiefs are in field goal range, but of course would love to get a touchdown here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, Isaiah Pacheco to his left. They're in a motion. Kadarius Toney to the bottom of the screen, joining Justin Watson. 2 wide receivers to the top. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Fires across the middle of the field. It's Rashee Rice, rookie out of SMU. And he's going to get a gain of 7. So we're going to have 3rd and 4. And we are now officially in the red zone for the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, the Kansas City Chiefs would love to get a first down here. But what they really want to do, the most important thing is to make sure you come away with points. But we got a 3rd and short coming up here. And Rashee Rice, if you're not aware, 2nd-round pick out of SMU, has just been playing awesome lately. 3rd and 3 for the Kansas City Chiefs here at the Denver Broncos 17. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Look, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. Purcell gets his big hand up here, deflects the pass, and lucky he did, because it looked like, if I am correct, it was Kadarius Toney open in the middle of the field, which would have been, it was Kadarius Toney, and he would have had the first down. Nice job by the Denver Broncos defense, forcing Kansas City to kick a field goal. This will be a short field goal here for the Kansas City Chiefs as they attempt to strike first blood here. It's going to be a 35-yard attempt, and we're going to wait and see what happens here. But the kick is up, and the kick is good. Kansas City Chiefs strike first, 3-0 with 5:40 left in the first quarter, and we're going to go to commercial break here. We got some great comments coming in. That kid, Marvin Mims, is too good. The Broncos should definitely use him more. 2nd-round draft pick out of Oklahoma, the receiver out of Oklahoma, a guy that I am pretty high on. This is a guy that really fits into what Denver's wanting to do offensively. I really like this kid, and keep in mind they got now Tim Patrick is injured and he's on IR again, unfortunately. A really solid player, but him and Cortland Sutton, bigger receivers. Jerry Judy's also a guy that hasn't really panned out. This is a guy I absolutely loved when he was coming out of Alabama. Hasn't panned out yet, but world of talent. Also a taller guy. Mims is a guy you get the ball in his hands anywhere on the field, and he's explosive, big play threat, and really, I think what the Denver Broncos really need to do is do what they did in the opening drive, and they just run the ball, play ball control, and then get Marvin Mims a few touches in this game. Only 10 catches on 12 targets, but he's leading their core in receiving yards. Yeah, he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He's an exciting player. Hopefully today he does absolutely nothing. Kelsey's been wanting to do that forever, just dying to do it, and they picked the perfect time to do it early in the game. If you do run a trick play, I like it early in the game, and the reason why I like it early is that you keep them thinking, especially on a Thursday game, because there's so many different things that you got to prepare for. Another thing is that having Kelsey catch the ball and get rid of the ball, Kelsey's the focal point of the Broncos defense. So, yeah. Not today. Travis can catch. Yeah, I love that too. I'm playing Travis and Mahomes in fantasy. Going to be a long. Oh, you're playing Travis and Mahomes. So you're playing against, or you have them. That was a great play. That was a great play. By the way, hey, can you elaborate? Do you have them, or are you playing against them? What's been going on with Creed, though? I saw a video on him not really having the best year pass blocking so far. I saw he's given a pair of sacks. I like him. I think he's had a good season, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure. Which if you're using PFF, I always question anything PFF says. If you're a fan of my show, I am not a fan of PFF, so I'm not sure where you're getting the information from. I think he's having a good year. So he's doing just fine. He's doing fine. He's okay. Chiefs, we're back to the game here. Chiefs are going to kick off to Denver. It's going to go out of the end zone. So Denver's going to get the ball first and 10 on the 25 once play resumes here. 5:40 in the first quarter. We have Kansas City 3, Denver nothing. And if you missed what's going on so far, Denver drove down the field and failed on a 4th down attempt. Kansas City got the ball back and was only able to get 3 points. So kind of a win by Denver's defense there, to be perfectly honest. First and 10 for the Denver Broncos here. Russell Wilson's under center. They're going to go old school I formation. Russell Wilson motioning the receivers to our top of the screen here. It's going to be handoff to Williams. Breaks free at the 30, to the 35, to the 40, and gets tackled down as he drags L'Jarius Sneed for another couple yards. Gain of 18 for Javonte Williams. And this is a guy that is he's got to have a big game. Javonte Williams, such a talented player, 2nd-round pick out of University of North Carolina. This is a guy, big back with speed. He was actually a high school All-American linebacker, but when he came to North Carolina, Mac Brown wisely told him to try this running back thing out, and it's worked out perfectly. First and 10 for Denver Broncos. Williams, 3 carries, 31 yards. A little play-action pass here by Russell Wilson. He wants to go deep. It's intercepted! Intercepted! Bolden! Welcome back! Chiefs ball! Yes! Big play. Nick Bolton. I was going to say Pro Bowl linebacker. But he didn't go to Pro Bowl. He was 4th in the NFL in tackles. Didn't go get a Pro Bowl invitation. I don't know why. He's been out the last 2 weeks. He's playing today. Nice play. Elevates, getting the passing lane, and gets the pick. Chiefs ball once play resumes. 4:53 left in the first. Field goal percentage over expected is a stat. Of course it is. I'm not a fan of the, it's kind of funny because I have a degree in accounting. I am a number junkie. And some of these stats that they're coming up with, it's just like, Jesus Christ. But yeah. I just look at this. Butker's one of the best kickers in the league. So, yeah. I think there's an undisclosed injury. Personally, he hasn't looked right the whole season. I think he's played pretty good in my opinion. I don't know about the 2 sacks given up, but he's doing a great job. And he's one of the best young players in the NFL. He's going to get a massive contract here, whether it's this offseason or the next offseason. One of the best centers in the National Football League. Oh yeah. But also, screw you, Burton, you beautiful run blocker. That was a nice block by Burton on the Javonte Williams run. Burton's a nice fullback. Pro Bowl caliber, almost Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, and for those of you who don't remember, he had a fumble they returned for a touchdown. Had a pick six that was questionably not a pick six, but almost had 2 touchdowns. He would have been would he have been the second player to be a defensive MVP? There's got to be more than just one. Chuck Howley was a Super Bowl 5 MVP, even though he was a member of the Dallas Cowboys, which lost Super Bowl 5 to the Baltimore Colts. But there's got to be another defensive player who's won MVP besides Chuck Howley. But screw this pitiful and BTW crew Frank Clark. Screw Frank Clark. He's on his back to have fun, guys. Key, speak for yourself. I would love that Frank Clark back. I really want him back. I'm kind of hoping that I'm really, really, really hoping that Frank Clark comes back to Kansas City. It's not worked out. And I think after the season, I think this season you're going to see other moves by the Denver Broncos because I think they know that long-term what they have going on isn't working. We're back to the game here. Kansas City gets the ball on their own 43-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Pacheco to his left here. Play action pass to Pacheco. He wants to go downfield. Travis Kelce wide open. He's at the 35. He's at the 20. Stop, spins around at the 17-yard line. Of all the players to leave wide open, why not Travis Kelce? Why do we have to cover him? Great job. There is a flag on the play, but Mahomes is pointing towards the Denver Broncos. And we have our first Taylor Swift sighting as Chiefs fans cannot get enough of Taylor Swift. I cannot say that sarcastically enough, but I don't get this at all. If you're the Denver Broncos, why will you not cover Travis Kelce? And it looks like this is just a blown assignment here by the Denver Broncos as they are just by themselves. But Taylor Swift, very excited. Second sighting of Taylor Swift. We cannot get enough of her. At least I can't. 3 catches for 53 yards for Travis Kelce, ankle injury and all. Travis Kelce is going to get a breather. 2 wide receivers are moving Tony to the back to the front. Jet sweep to Tony around the right side. McMillan's there to stuff him behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 3. But nice job by McMillan, who's having a really, really nice game here. Second down, and it looks like they're going to call it 13 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to bring in Travis Kelce and MVS. One thing, if you haven't watched Chiefs play all year, one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs, they will use a different play formation almost every single play. You'll get 3 tight ends. You'll get 4 wide receivers. You'll see a lot of different things, a lot of motioning, a lot of shifting. Chiefs are a tough team to prepare for, especially on a short week. They're going to call it 2nd and 13. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Pacheco at the 15. He's immediately stuffed. So we're going to look at a 3rd down here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Another 3rd down. And here's the thing. I don't want field goals here. I mean, keep in mind the Chiefs are in a really good opportunity to make this a 2-possession game, but it is 3rd and 8. It's going to be 3rd and 8. I thought it looked like it was going to be a little shorter than that, but they're going to call it 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 at the Denver Broncos 15-yard line. Jared McKinnon checks into the field. We got trips to the right of the screen. Justin Watson to the bottom here. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's looking, he's scrambling around. There is pressure. He's going to loft it to the end zone. It's intercepted by Justin Simmons. It looks like Mahomes just threw this up for grabs, and Justin Simmons made a play, man. Great play by Justin Simmons. Great play by Justin Simmons here. Russell, it looks like Patrick Mahomes is just trying to just throw the ball into traffic, kind of un-Mahomes-like. But it is a nice play by Justin Simmons getting the ball here. It is going to be Broncos football on the 7-yard line once play resumes. 2:55 left in the first quarter. Kansas City 3, Denver 0. He's playing good. Maybe expectations of him are too high because he has such an amazing start his first 2 years. But I think Quentin Williams and Justin Jefferson split one on him. Don't get me wrong. He's played well. There is a possibility. I think you could be right, but I think he's played pretty well. It is a long game. The other one, I believe, was Marcus Davenport on a stunt. I actually thought it was Danielle Hunter that you're talking about. I know Danielle Hunter got one on a stunt. And Danielle Hunter's an excellent player. Marcus Davenport, of course, was a free agent of the Saints. Massive potential, just can't stay healthy. But a couple of self-inflicted things, but the O has looked pretty good so far, in my opinion. Yeah, you're right, Keys. I mean, the interception notwithstanding, the offense has looked pretty good. The interception, I think Mahomes just trying to get a little greedy there. I think that was a blown coverage, to be honest with you, Slasher. Slasher says Simmons scared to cover Travis Kelce. I think it was a blown assignment. I think Kansas City, with the motion and shifting, just kind of confused the Denver defense. I don't think that they were – I'm not saying they're not going to have Simmons on Kelce, but I think that was just blown play. I would speak for myself, and anyone who knows Frank is a backup, a cleanup artist, regular sack vacationer, and day-to-day stomach issues. Yeah, I want Frank Clark back. I really like him. You're not alone, though, Keys. You're not alone in not liking Frank Clark. I was not happy when the Chiefs gave up 2 number ones and $100 million to get him. I didn't think he was worth it. I thought it was a Veach mistake. But I would love to have him back at a bargain basement price after being away from the Kansas City Chiefs and coming back and helping mentoring Karlaftis and FAU. I would love to have him back, but you're not alone, Keys. You're not alone in not wanting anything to do with Frank Clark. And I do think it's a matter of time before he is released from the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos are going to start releasing and getting rid of players as the season goes on. And then this offseason, I think it's going to be a thing where they're just going to make some changes, because they were a team that really was built to just input a quarterback. At least that's what they believed. So getting veterans and anyway, we're back to play here. It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos at their own 7-yard line. It's going to be a little pitch out to McLaughlin. Looks like he was stopped in the backfield. Scored forward for, I'm going to call it a gain of 3 here. A gain of 3 here. So they're going to call it 4. It looks like you can call it a long 3, short 4. It's going to be a 2nd and 6 here for the Denver Broncos. And with the Denver Broncos, this is their game plan. What they want to do is just run the ball, keep the ball away from Mahomes, limit possessions, and try to win a tight game. The 2nd and 6 on their own 11-yard line. Russell Wilson's under center. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to McLaughlin again. And depending on – it's a fumble, but I believe he's down. The Chiefs are pointing towards their own territory, but I believe they're going to whistle him down after it looks like a 1st down here. And they're going to – oh, my God, no! Chiefs ball! Chiefs ball! And they're going to look at this. So before we get too excited, like myself, I'm getting really excited. 2:01 left in the first quarter. It's 3-0. They're going to look at this again. I thought he was down. They're showing the replay, and this is going to be overturned here, folks. It's going to be a Denver Broncos are going to regain possession. It looks like it's I don't know. Okay, one angle it looked like he was down. The other one looks like they're going to move it around. I can't really tell, to be perfectly honest. Originally, I thought that he was down. The first angle, it looked like he was down, but now they're going to say, okay, it is 3rd and 1, so Denver is going to regain possession. So it's going to be third and 1 here. 2:01 left in the first here as they took a look at that and decided that McLaughlin was down. I think that's the correct call. 2 minutes and counting in the first quarter. Kansas City 3, Denver nothing. Russell Wilson's going to line up under center. Javonte Williams in the backfield here. Denver lines up, and they're going to do a quarterback sneak, and Russell Wilson's going to get the 1st down. Nice job by Denver here, just eating up the clock, running the ball. And that's what they want to do. That's exactly what they want to do, is just run the ball, eat the clock, limit possessions here. And now they're going to go hurry up, change the tempo here offensively. They're going to line up. They're going to put Burton out far wide here. Russell Wilson, empty formation here, and they're looking around as he's going to check off. Now, keep in mind, they're in a goal line set, but they went from goal line to a spread formation with no backs. Russell Wilson, quick pass, trying to catch Jerry Jeudy in the open field here, tried to give him some room to operate, but he's going to be stopped immediately. Drew Tranquil is given Nick Bolton a break here, and he stops him immediately for maybe a gain of 1. They're going to call it 2. And what they did is they tried to get Jerry Jeudy in open space. Nice play call by the Denver Broncos, by the way, as they just tried to get the former first-round pick out of Alabama some room here. He's been kind of underwhelming since he came out of Alabama. Had injury issues, of course, multiple head coaches with Denver, but still a guy with a lot of talent. 2nd and 8 on the 20 here. Russell Wilson hands off to McLaughlin. He breaks a tackle. Nice job breaking the tackle. Willie Gay stops him. They're going to mark him. They're going to give him a very favorable spot. He'll be at the 27-yard line, so it's going to be just short at the first down. I actually thought he was back about a yard or two. And instead, it's going to be 3rd and maybe a half a yard. They're going to call it 3rd and 1, but it's basically 6 inches to the first down. And we are going to let the first quarter run down to an end here. So Denver's not going to snap the ball until the second quarter. So after 1, we have Kansas City 3, Denver 0. And not just the punt return, but the Giants fans who Super Bowl is watching Tony, I guess they're not laughing now. Oh my God. Yeah. You're okay. I'm sorry, Keys. Exactly. This is how you beat the Kansas City Chiefs if you're the Denver Broncos. You got to run the ball. They had 10 carries, 61 yards in the first quarter, and if they continue that, it'll be 244 yards. That's probably not going to happen. Hopefully, it doesn't happen. But I like exactly what they're doing. The only thing that they're going to do it's a little different going forward is that you're going to see Russell Wilson take a shot downfield, and basically you want you just don't want the Chiefs to bunch up to stop the run. But that's what Russell Wilson's best at, just running the ball, play action pass, that maneuverability that since he's been with Denver, he hasn't really shown, but that was a nice spinoff that he had earlier in the game to prevent himself from being sacked. That ended up being a gain of 5. And keep in mind, they didn't convert on 4th down, but still a nice play. Frank brings nothing to this defense at this point. We have young talent. When Montague comes back, we'll be in Lester. And you know what? I did think I forgot about Montague. I like Frank Clark. So, I have no idea where Dunlap signed. I like Dunlap. I've always been a Carlos Dunlap fan. Denver Gator knows where he went to school at, but I've always liked him. Boys, Gooch. Oh, man, I got the talent in the house. By the way, I didn't say anything, but Gooch and Keith, 2 of the 3 Back Talk brothers are now coming back. They're doing shows on Wednesday. I missed them live last night, but make sure you tune into them. In my description below, there's 2 channels that I 100% support, and that's Luke G. Field Review, an A+ Detroit Lions show, and I got a lot of respect for Luke G. And then the Back Talk brothers. Keys has been guest on my show many times. Gooch, aka the talent. If I remember right, Gooch is a huge LSU Tiger fan. It's LSU, Tigers, or Auburn. I can't remember. It's one of those 2. I'm joking, of course. I'm being very facetious, as Gooch is a longtime Alabama fan. Sorry about messing with you, Gooch, but check out the Back Talk brothers. They are coming back and making excellent content live on Wednesday. You want Frank Clark back, Gooch? I want him back, but you guys, that one thing about my channel is it's never going to be an echo chamber. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there where everybody has to agree with the host. This isn't one of them. You can think differently than me. We're back to the game here, and it's going to be a quick 3rd and 1. Stop! They went old school goal line formation, handoff to the linebacker, stop behind the line of scrimmage, forcing a 4th down. I say forcing a 4th down, not punting, because we've seen a few teams go for the fake punt. But this was a nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs. They were not fooled at all. McGinsley missed the block on the right side. He's the only right tackle that's making more than Jawan Taylor of the Kansas City Chiefs. So you have the two highest paid right tackles in the NFL going at it tonight. Denver is going to punt after losing a yard on the 3rd and 1. It's going to be a catch here by Washington, who is actually a free agent. He was actually with the Denver Broncos and then released. And Washington's now the Chiefs starting punt and kick returner. So Mahomes' interception does not mean anything as the Chiefs will get the ball back. Slasher says, hopefully the Chiefs can get themselves a nice wide receiver at their first-round pick. I like Sky Moore and Rasheem Rice, but both seem like number 2 and number 3. I've been really disappointed in Sky Moore. I bought into all the hype that I saw with him this offseason. If you don't follow the Chiefs social media, there's a ton of hype around him. I actually thought he'd be 1,000-yarder. I'll get back to this more when play stops here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 43, a very short punt. It's a handoff to Pacheco right up the middle. He bounces out to the left side here, and he's going to, after bouncing outside to the left, cuts inside and gets a gain of 4 here. It looks like it's going to be 2nd and 6. One thing I like that the Kansas City Chiefs are doing is they're running the ball more. Don't get me wrong, we got the best quarterback in the NFL, but I'm an old school guy. I want to see the Chiefs run the ball and be successful running the football. I think that's very important. It's going to be they're going to call it actually 5. I thought it was a gain of 4. So we're going to have 2 at the bottom of the screen, 1 at the top. It's going to be another handoff right up the middle for Pacheco. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all, folks. So it's going to be a 3rd and 5, maybe 3rd and 6. It looks like he may have lost a half a yard. We are inside 13:30 left in the second quarter. We have a low-scoring game, 3-0. Denver's rushed for 60 yards so far. Kansas City only 17, but the few times they have run the ball, they have been successful. So Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Jared McKinnon gets into the game, and there's a flag as the Denver Broncos jump off sides. I didn't see who it was that jumped off sides for the Denver Broncos, but it looks like it was Perkins who's lined up on the right side of the formation, Chiefs left, and this is a neutral zone infraction. And it's going to be, is this going to be enough for a first down? It is. So we got a penalty results in a Kansas City Chiefs first down. Slasher, I want to comment on this. I want to make sure I get all the comments read. If you're nice enough to join the show, I want to comment to what's going on here. But now the Chiefs are in enemy territory on the Denver 47. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Pacheco's back in the game here. 2 wide receivers to the bottom here. Kadarius Toney catches a nice out route to the top of the screen and gain of 5, maybe 6, depending on where they mark the ball at. Nice little motion here and a nice little out route, just quick pitch and catch. Very easy for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs receivers. They're going to call it 5 here, so it's going to be second and 5. The Chiefs go ahead and they'll do a little hurry up tempo of their own here. Patrick Mahomes, empty formation here. He's got 3 wide receivers to the bottom, but one of them's Travis Kelce, who's in the slot. 2 receivers to the top here. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to scramble to the right side. There is a flag, usually indicative of holding. Patrick Mahomes is going to go deep and throw the ball away. We're going to see a holding penalty on the Kansas City Chiefs here. But once the flag is revealed, we'll go ahead and get back to the game. But Slasher, yeah, there was a lot of Sky Moore hype. I predicted he would be a 1,000-yard receiver. He hasn't been anything close to that. He's been playing like a 2. Now, Rashee Rice, I think, looks like a number 2 right now. I think eventually he'll be that number 1 guy. It may not even be next year, maybe 2 or 3 years down the line. Rashee Rice is a bigger receiver, great ability, but he played at SMU with a limited route tree. But as soon as he learns the intricacies of this offense, he's going to be deadly. I want to say the same thing about Sky Moore. Back to the game here. The Chiefs are backed up into their own territory. They're at their own 48. It's going to be a handoff. CEH enters the game here, and he's going to power forward here. Looked like he was stopped after a gain of 5. Powers forward for another couple here. They're going to spot him at the Denver 46. So it's going to be 3rd and 8, it looks like, for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kind of a long 3rd down here is CEH's first touch of the game here. We are under 12 minutes in the second quarter. Kansas City is up 3-0 here. What we're having is I can't see who the running back is. It looks like Patrick Mahomes is in. Jaron McKinnon entered the game. He was as a wide receiver. He moves back into Mahomes' left. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. He's got pressure. He's scrambling forward, dumps off Travis Kelce for a first down. Powers forward inside the 30, and it's 3rd and 8. What do? You look for 87 and an automatic first down for Kansas City. For whatever reason, the Denver Broncos have decided to not pay attention to Travis Kelce, who's having a great first half. 4 catches, I believe, if I am doing my math correctly, I believe he has 69 yards. We'll find out the official total here in just a moment here, but 4 receptions early on. What a big game Travis Kelce's having. Isaiah Pacheco checks back in the screen, trips to the top. Kadarius Toney to the bottom, little flare out to Pacheco. He's going to go ahead and corkscrew his way. He's not down. Originally, it looked like he was down. He's corkscrewed his way, got another couple yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 2 here. A nice extra effort by Pacheco, gets an extra 3 yards here. Great job by Isaiah Pacheco. What a fantastic job he has. Little stat that they're showing is Travis Kelce averages 76 yards receiving in his career against the Denver Broncos, highest for a tight end against one opponent in NFL history. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. We're going to call it 2nd and 1. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to squirt through the middle of the field. Powers forward to the 15. They're going to mark him down at the 14. Isaiah Pacheco gets a first down for the Kansas City Chiefs as they get inside the red zone again, and this time they are determined not to kick another field goal or to turn the ball over. The Chiefs get a 2-possession lead here, even though it is early in the first half. This puts a lot of pressure on the Denver Broncos. We are now inside of 10 minutes. We have 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen, 1 at the bottom. Gray's going to be the tight end. They're in motion to Pacheco. He's going to bounce outside to the left, and he has chased the Denver Broncos. McMillan's there with Surtain. McMillan's having a game, folks. McMillan is having a game here as they hold Isaiah Pacheco as he tried to bounce it outside, but he didn't get anything here. Pacheco, the last couple of weeks, has been the Chiefs' MVP. He's just having a fantastic last couple of games. Of course, he had a huge game Sunday night against the Jets, career high in total scrimmage yards, and early on, 7 carries, 26 yards. He's going to get breathers. They put in CEH. 3 wide receivers, including Travis Kelce to the bottom of the screen here. Rashid Rice to the top here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. It's Travis Kelce again, because why cover Travis Kelce? He's going to get a gain of 8 as he has hit 5 catches already for Travis Kelce. As the Denver Broncos don't have an answer on what to do with Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, 5 catches, 72 yards so far. 72 yards, and we are not even halfway through the second quarter. So Travis Kelce is just having a massive game so far. This is a very key 3rd down, and they're kind of in interesting territory because it's 3rd and 2, but it's on the 6. So even if Kansas City doesn't get first down, there's a chance they may go for it. The Denver Broncos are prepared for the play. Patrick Mahomes scrambles around. It's incomplete to Sky Moore. It looked like the Kansas City Chiefs were trying to trick the Denver Broncos here, go with a play. They were trying to do a motion to the top, do a little quick screen to the middle of the field, a play that's worked before in the past. It looked like the Denver Broncos really had this one wrapped up. Actually, looking at the replay, it looks like I think one of the Chiefs receivers ran the wrong route, and then they tried to get it to Sky Moore in the end zone once the play was busted. It's going to be a 25-yard field goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs do a fake. They do the tush push with Noah Gray, a former high school quarterback turned tight end, and both teams are motioning each way as the tush push results in the ball. It's going to be close either way. The Chiefs are pointing at the first down. The Denver Broncos are pointing first down in their territory. There is a helmet loose here belonging to the Denver Broncos here, and we're going to find out what's going on because we do not know here what's going on. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're going to mark it as a first down for the Denver Broncos. So the Kansas City Chiefs go with a fake field goal. It does not work, so they do the tush push with Noah Gray. Noah Gray former high school quarterback, changed to tight end when he was at the University of Duke. Done a nice job with the Kansas City Chiefs so far, backing up Travis Kelce and occasionally starting. Wasn't able to get first down. So when play resumes here, Denver Broncos are going to get the ball deep in their own territory, but only down 3-0, which they got to feel really good about because this game could be the Chiefs have been inside the red zone 3 times and only got away with 3 points. If you see Burton out wide in empty formation, you should know it's a wide receiver screen. Yeah, I know. I don't know how far Iguda Slasher. So those of you guys know that I have problems with names. And so if you don't know, Marvin Harrison Jr. is universally the number 1 wide receiver in the draft. The number 2 wide receiver out of Ohio State, a lot of people think is the number 2 wide receiver overall in this draft class. And by the way, I'm just now starting to get into mock drafts. I saw one where he went Marvin Harrison went 2, and I think he went 9 or 10. If he's available when the Chiefs pick in the first round, it would be a excellent job. Spags needs to figure out the run D. So far, and this is what Denver wants to do. They want to run the ball, limit the game, control the possessions. Right now, even though the Chiefs have a 3-0 lead, this game is really, really exactly what this is. This is what Denver wanted to do, a low-scoring, low-possession game. This is exactly what they want to do. And they've been able to run the ball. Kinsey's been able to move the ball up and down the field, but they get inside the red zone and they falter. So that's a good job by the Denver Broncos defense and a much maligned Vance Joseph. He fits what the Chiefs like to do, like to run to deep ball guys. Oh, yeah. By the way, I'm a huge fan of his. It's just that I've been thinking about this for a while, and we're going to do a lot of draft coverage once it comes out. But excuse me. When the draft comes out, we're going to do a lot of stuff regarding draft coverage and everything. But he's a guy that's going to be a first-round pick. I actually don't think that he's going to be available when the Chiefs pick. I really, really don't. I think Dunlap is a free agent, and he's another guy I wouldn't mind back in Kansas City at all. I've always been a Carlos Dunlap fan. Always been a big Carlos Dunlap fan. All too young's fright. And here's the deal. The way I understand it, Denver would pay most of his salary, so he'd be a bargain basement price for Kansas City. Back to the game here, the Denver Broncos on the 5-yard line here. They're going to hand the ball off to Javonte Williams, who's tackled at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of it's a long 1 or a short 2, depending on what way they're going to mark it here. Javonte Williams is having a good game. He's been injured, but he's fresh tonight and having a big game. They're going to give him a gain of 2, so it's a short 2, but it's going to be 2nd and 8. For Denver Broncos deep in their own territory here. They're going to come out here. They're going to give Javonte Williams a break. They're going to put him in Glofton. They're going to have trips to the bottom of the screen. I can't tell who's to the top here. They're in motion Mims from the bottom to the top. Fake the handoff here. Russell Wilson back to pass, and it's a quick throw to Dulash, I believe. I'm drawing a blank here on the Denver Broncos tight end. That just got the short reception here. Yeah, it's Dulach. I was correct. What they did is it was a play action pass. They're hoping to get him more isolated. Willie Gay and the Chiefs defense read this perfectly and limited this to a minimal gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 5. Russell Wilson 5 out of 6 for 17 yards and 1 pick. And this is, believe it or not, this is exactly what the Denver Broncos want to do. Limit the game. Make it short. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, empty formation here. Russell Wilson back to pass. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to force Denver to punt. And what they did is they went empty formation, trips to the bottom, 2 wide receivers to the top. And this was a nice play call. What they did, this is old school. If you watch the Saints like I did with Sean Payton, this is old school what they did. And basically what they did, they had 3 guys to the bottom. And what it is that it looks like on the replay here. Now this was tipped, I believe, by George Karlaftis. But it kind of looks like on the replay there was a miscommunication here. But this was old school Saints offense where you just have empty formation and then have Russell Wilson who's back there throwing darts. Nice punt dropped by Washington, and he's going to be downed at the 38-yard line. So what happened is he fumbled the punt, got right on it, and he was hit by a Denver Bronco. I've seen, I don't think that's a personal foul, but I have seen it called before because he was down, he wasn't moving. It's kind of a cheap shot. But listen, man, if you want to stay on this roster, young man, you got to make those plays here, man. Don't be dropping punts. Gooch, by the way, I am so sorry about that, but I had a little bit of fun. So. McGinsley and Herring on that tackle for loss, and Herring still made the tackle. That was a very nice play. McGinsley and Taylor, the two highest paid right tackles in the NFL, and neither one of them really lived up to billing so far. McGinsley was the prize free agent from the Denver Broncos. They were convinced him and Ben Powers on the right side would fix all of the offensive woes that Denver had last year, of course, sprinkling in a little Sean Payton, but Denver spent $150 million on McGinsley and Ben Powers. Ben Powers was from Baltimore, and the offense still kind of struggling. But Pacheco, what a great 7th round pick. I don't know how you can make a call on that run one. Yeah, I couldn't either. I was really surprised. I'm not sure the way that you're watching the game, but from me, they showed it from the back, so I couldn't see one way or another. One Pride 40, what's up, brother? I don't mind. I don't mind because you held them back in deep in their territory. Their offense is really struggling, and by the way, you forced them to punt. So I don't agree with that. But I get where you're coming from, and you're allowed to disagree with me, even though you're wrong. No, I'm playing. It didn't work, so I get it. What you're saying. One Pride, man. I'm glad you're here, man. It's really stupid to run that play and put your punter and kicker out there. You waste one player, and why risk your punter? What can he offer to that push? Just keep your offense on the field. I get it. I like it, to be honest with you. I like the trick play. Chiefs dove into a bag of tricks for Denver. I don't have a problem with it. It also gives other teams film that you have to watch out for. So I like it. It didn't work, but I still like it. There was a hold on the punt, a way to make it obvious. Yeah, I agree. I understand the element of surprise there in Love with what they think is the element of surprise. So clearly, they don't think they have the personnel capable of doing it. Just take the big fatty and run them through the wrecking ball fullback and then do your sneak. Oh, I love it. All right, we were back to the game here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs on the 38. Mahomes under center, play action pass to Pacheco. He goes downfield. It's Travis Kelce, because of all the guys on the Chiefs, the one player you don't want to cover is Travis Kelce, and he gets it ball to midfield for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. The Denver Broncos have not even looked like they want to stop Travis Kelce in this game. I don't even think they had anybody covering him. I don't get this. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Travis Kelce's having a fantastic first half. If you have Travis Kelce in fantasy football, you're doing pretty well. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation here. And it's this time it's Noah Gray as he does his Travis Kelce impersonation and gets a gain of 7 here. So it's going to be 2nd and short here. As the Chiefs go to somebody else besides Travis Kelce, they go with Noah Gray because the Denver Broncos do not want to cover the Kansas City Chiefs tight ends this game. I don't get this at all, and Travis Kelce's getting a breather on the sidelines. By the way, even though Kelce's having a great first half, he's not 100%. That ankle is really taped up. So, okay, they're going to call it second and 4 here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, a little pitch out to Pacheco. He's going to run around the right side. Breaks a tackle. Powers forward to the 30. Nice run by Pacheco for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. Pacheco's having an excellent game. And again, even though I love that you have the best quarterback, the best player in the National Football League, I still want to see the Chiefs run the ball because I'm an old school guy. This was a nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line too. Trey Smith got a nice play. Taylor got a nice nice block there, got in the open field, and that's something he does exceptionally well in. So getting him in the open field here and let Pacheco, who's a powerful runner. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the Denver 29-yard line. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. They're going to fake it to Pacheco. Mahomes wants to go deep. He's going to go deep. Travis Kelce inside the red zone for a gain of 20 and a Kansas City Chiefs first down. And we're seeing Taylor Swift hugging Brittany Mahomes. You can't get enough of Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes, folks. Can't get enough. And what are the Denver Broncos thinking? The one guy on the field that you want is to cover is Travis. Actually, they put Surtain on him, and Surtain had pretty good coverage. It was just a fantastic throw. 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs on the Denver Broncos 9-yard line. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. He has Pacheco to his right. Motions Rashee Rice to the bottom of the formation. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's surveying the field. He's got pressure, and he's just going to throw this one away. I'm not exactly sure what the Chiefs are doing here offensively, but Patrick Mahomes looks a little frustrated. I think somebody ran the wrong route. At least I'm going to blame somebody else. No, I'm not going to blame Patrick Mahomes. But Patrick Mahomes, after being in the NFL for this long, he has a good grasp of what the Chiefs are trying to do offensively. So him looking that frustrated indicates that wide receiver ran the wrong play. By the way, Travis Kelce, 7 catches, 109 yards. We're not even at halftime yet, folks. Not even at halftime. 2nd goal on the 9-yard line here. 3:43 left in the first half. Chiefs up 3-0. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco as he's going to try to find some way. Gets a little wiggle room on the inside, corkscrews his way to the 4-yard line. So we're going to see it's going to be about 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. It's 3rd and goal. I'm not sure where they're going to mark the ball at. It looks like they're going to mark it inside or just outside the 3, depending on how you want to look at it. So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line here. And they're going to have McKinnon come into the game here. I got a buddy of mine who bet a plus 330 bet on anytime McKinnon touchdown, so I'm pulling for him. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, quick throw to Kadarius Toney for a touchdown! Touchdown, Kansas City Chiefs! Toney scores in the end zone, and the Chiefs are up 9-0. Yes! 7 plays, 62 yards, 3:22 taken off the clock, and the Kansas City Chiefs extend this to a 2-possession game. Really nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs here. What they did was a rub route. MVS drew the double coverage, and they just squirted Kadarius Toney into the flat for an easy touchdown catch. Butker's on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. Kansas City Chiefs will take there is a flag on the play. We will wait and see what happens. And by the way, if this flag is on Denver, don't be surprised that Kansas City Chiefs decide to accept the penalty, but it's going to be a false start on Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to have to do a re-kick here. Trey Smith. By the way, Trey Smith's a guy that is due for a big contract, whether it's this offseason or next offseason. Really, really fantastic guard out of Tennessee, 6th-round pick. 1st-round talent, but due to a heart condition, it was either a heart condition or a blood condition. He could only practice once a week while at the University of Tennessee. But they found the right medication. He's now good to go. He can practice full-time. They, by the way, they moved back the kick 5 yards, kick it through, so it's 10-0. But Trey Smith was a very good draft pick by the Kansas City Chiefs. Most teams took him off the board due to the medical issue that he had while at the University of Tennessee. On tape, he was a 1st-round pick all day long, easily what you want in an NFL guard. The Chiefs rolled the dice that the medical. By the way, he was cleared before the draft to practice full-time and play full-time. It was a question of getting the medication right. And a lot of teams were scared. Kansas City Chiefs rolled the dice, and since he signed with Kansas City Chiefs, day 1 starter. Great story. 1.40 says facts. Skeezer just did a Philly tush push with Mahomes. No, I can tell you this. So here's the deal. One Pride against the Denver Broncos on a Thursday night game. Mahomes did a quarterback sneak and dislocated his kneecap. So that will never happen. Yeah. So the knee actually was on the side. His kneecap was on the right side of his leg, and it looked originally like Mahomes was going to be out the whole year, just missed a couple of weeks. So One Pride 40, yeah, he did. And this is something you got to deal with Andy Reid. When it works, he looks like a genius. When it works, he looks like a genius. When he doesn't, you got a lot of people that say that. I'm not disagreeing with you. I like the call, by the way, but yeah, it didn't work. I get why they don't do it with Mahomes, but I don't get why they don't find the right personnel and practice the hell out of it until they can be close to as Philly as possible. I get it. I like the call, personally. Yeah, it didn't work, but and by the way, I'm willing to bet that next year it's going to be outlawed. I'm telling you this right now. I'd almost bet money on it that this is going to be outlawed. So it may be something that teams are kind of avoiding because I think it's going to be outlawed sooner or later. So. Yeah, that's Andy. We've had historic 3rd and 7+ offense right now, but 3rd and short and 4th and short has been notoriously horrendous the whole time Mahomes has been here. Not even Surtain can stop. That was a phenomenal. By the way, it's because it's Patrick Mahomes. We're kind of going to go ho hum, but that was a phenomenal throw. You could not throw the ball any better than that. That's a great. Let's just say it's a Hall of Fame throw that you're kind of humming about. And great job by Travis Kelce. Excellent coverage from Surtain. By the way, Travis Kelce over 100 yards in the first half. We are back to the game here. 3:06 left in the second quarter. Kansas City Chiefs are going to kick off here. Butker, just booming leg, is just going to kick this out of the end zone. One of the best kickers in the National Football League. So Denver is going to get a chance to get on the scoreboard. Keep in mind, Kansas City gets the ball first in the second half. So Denver really has to have some pressure here and trying to score here. Oh my God, I got my boy Chad, my brother from another mother, Chad. And Chad, you asked for a touchdown, you got it, man. By the way, Gooch says looking good in the velvet. Yeah. You remember the Velvet Jones? Me and you are close to the same age, Gooch. You remember Velvet Jones, the old Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live skit? That's what got me thinking of Velvet Jones. So you probably nobody knows what I'm talking about, probably. Russell Wilson under center here. They're in motion Judy here. Play action pass. And this was broken up. Excellent job by George Karlaftis here. George Karlaftis read this perfectly. You do. This was a great job by George Karlaftis. He read the play action pass perfectly. And if he didn't, I don't know who had it was the tight end. But it looked like he had some room to run. So great job by Karlaftis breaking this up. And he may not have the stats of other great pass rushers, but Karlaftis is having a Pro Bowl caliber season. 2nd and 10 for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson's under center here. They're going to motion Judy to the bottom of the screen. They're going to hand it off to Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams stopped after gain of forward, powers forward for another 4 yards. Just massive, powerful runner, Javonte Williams. I can't say enough about this kid. By the way, high school valedictorian, All-American linebacker, goes to North Carolina. Mac Brown wisely suggests that he switch sides to running back. And even though he was a 2nd-round pick, I thought he should have gone in the 1st round. 30, 40 years ago, you want a guy who's almost 240 with 4.5 speed in the backfield. But times have changed. 3-down runner. And now it's 3rd and 2 instead of what could have been easily 3rd and 5. Russell Wilson under center, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen are in motion Judy here. And Russell Wilson's going to scramble to the right here. And he is sacked by Drew Tranquill. And what they did is they motioned Judy from the top of the screen, motioned him down, cut him back up, trying to isolate Judy one-on-one. They're doing a quick little sprint right route. What this is that when I call it sprint right, this was really interesting. I didn't catch this the first time, but they put Garrett Bowles, the starting left tackle, at tight end to give a extra blocker. Now, this key Kansas City, this is going to be a sprint right play. What sprint right is that when you get the ball, you instantly sprint you sprint to the right side. One receiver usually goes deep. The other one just does a quick out route. It's supposed to be one. It's basically, even though it's a sprint play, it's basically just 1, 2, 3 throw. Chiefs had it called perfectly. I'm not really a fan of that play, especially when you have your starting left tackle Garrett Bowles out there as a tight end on the right side. You're kind of giving it away. So not a Smart move by the Denver Broncos. So as we approach the 2-minute warning, we are at the 2-minute warning. God, I'm super jacked up. I am super jacked up. So 2-minute warning. Chiefs look like they're going to get the ball back. I will say Pacheco is, he's a hefty, jerky runner. It's kind of funny because I did a video top 10 running backs of all time. I'll go back and I'll watch old school running backs. I don't even want to say it, but like OJ Simpson was kind of the same way. He was kind of a hefty, jerky type of player. But like if you watch a running back, like for example, Eric Dickerson, I think is like the prettiest running back you'll ever see. It looks like you could put Eric Dickerson looks like you could do this and it would never, the water bottle would never fall off his head. He's just such a beautiful runner. Where Pacheco is like, it's just constantly shouldn't have done that. I put water in my eye, but his whole body is moving like it looks like in different directions. It's kind of it's nerve wracking, you could say. And I shouldn't have done that. Now I can't see anything on my glasses here. Luckily, the game stopped here. As a little fun fact here, I'm actually legally blind without glasses or contacts. I can't even see the E on the eye chart. So. Yeah, I can't see anything without glasses. So, and now they're all smudged. So. But yeah, he's not the prettiest of running backs, but he's fun to watch. Sorry. I like the call to go for it. I just don't like the particular play. You got one ineffective guy standing around Butker and your punter pushing. He was the only injury. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Find a play you can execute 95, 100 times in practice. I can't speak for this. We're going to go back to the game here. Denver's going to punt. This looks like it's going to be a short punt, but it's going to take a Denver roll. It's going to go inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And so the Kansas City Chiefs with 149 left in all three timeouts will go ahead and try to add on to their 10-point lead. Keep in mind the Kansas City Chiefs get the ball first in the second half. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, number one, you don't want to get Denver the ball back. All right, so no turnovers. You don't want to punt. Number two, you want to get points. Most important that you get 3. Of course, you want to get 7 because you do get the ball. You have a good chance to really make Denver, because Denver's plan is to run the ball, play ball control. You don't want Russell Wilson to go back there and throw the ball every single play like the Chiefs are very comfortable doing Patrick Mahomes. So 1st and 10 on their own. They're going to actually put it at the 19. We got McKinnon into the game. 1:49 left in the first half. Kansas City's up 10-0 here. Travis Kelce's going to motion back to the top of the screen. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Little screen play. McKinnon, who he was tripped up. A nice play by the Denver defense here to limit that to a gain of 4 because he had some wide open spaces here. Kansas City's going no huddle here. They're not really in a hurry because with 90 seconds, that's more than enough time to get downfield. Remember, Kansas City Chiefs have all 3 timeouts. Mahomes going to take a shot downfield, and it's intercepted by Kareem Jackson. And the Chiefs are motioning. There is a flag on the play. There's a good chance that the Chiefs are going to regain possession here as we see a flag. Patrick Mahomes is pointing towards Denver Broncos here as we're going to get the official word here. But there's 1:17 left in the first half here. And we're going to have pass interference on Terrence Mathis here. And we're going to take a look at the replay. He was matched up one-on-one with Sky Moore. And One Pride says the refs gave you a gift basket. One Pride, that I've seen that. I've seen that not called several times. So Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. Oh, boy, that was almost a pick. That was almost a pick. One of our edge guys is going to get pick 6 in this game on that Russ boot. Yeah, that was a great play. George Karlaftis, a lot of people don't realize this. George Karlaftis has had a fantastic season. I'm the same way, Gooch. I'm the same age. Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live was as good as it gets. If you never got to see Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, I don't know what to tell you because, like, if you watch Saturday Night Live now, it's not funny. Back to the game, 1:14 left in the first half. Second and 10, Patrick Mahomes empty formation here. He's going to check down to McKinnon. McKinnon drops it. So we're going to have 3rd and 10 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Homie runs like the yeah, people don't believe me, Dan, but you usually don't see passes like that. They're that far away from the wide receiver where the receiver wasn't held. No, I think that what happened is as soon as Patrick Mahomes saw the flag, because it came out early enough, that's when you take a shot downfield. I have no problems with that. Keep in mind when the interception was made, I didn't see it. I didn't see the flag. If I saw I think that what happened was as soon as Patrick Mahomes saw the flag, you just take a shot downfield. But you're 100% correct. Patrick Mahomes, 3rd and 10. He's back to pass. He's got pressure, but he's scrambling around. He's trying to find something. There's a flag. He's going to throw this out of bounds. It's not past the line of scrimmage, but he's outside the tackle box, so it's not going to be intentional grounding. We're going to see what this flag is for on the play here. There's 1:01 left in the first half. So it looks like it was holding on Donovan Smith, which Denver is going to go ahead and decline. So it looks like Kansas City Chiefs are going to punt, but so with 1:01 left in the first half, Denver's going to get an opportunity. They are going to call intentional grounding, even though Mahomes was outside the tackle box. I mean, he was way outside I don't get that at all. All right. Okay, I don't get that at all. I mean, he's way outside the tackle box. They're going to show the replay here. I could be wrong, but they're showing tackle to tackle here. Mahomes is back to pass. He's like, yeah, he's at the fucking. He's past he's outside the hash mark. How's he? That's just a bad call. I got a comment that Hutch is interested. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. 4th and 26 here. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to punt. So Denver's going to get the ball back with this is a beautiful punt by Townsend here, and it's going to be Marvin Sims, and he breaks the tackle. He's at the 15. He's outside. He's got some blockers. He's to the 20. He gets pushed out of bounds by Noah Gray at the 25. A nice 20-yard return from Marvin Sims, a guy that Marvin Mims, we were talking about earlier in the game. So with 47 seconds left, Denver has 2 timeouts, and they have a chance to put some points on the board. That's okay. Okay, y'all should be blown out. Then One Pride, if you didn't tune in at the very beginning, I said that this was going to be a close game. The Chiefs and Broncos play in some close games, and I get that. And division games are rarely like that. And by the way, One Pride, give kudos to Detroit. I mean, they did a fantastic job. Usually division games are tight. You did a great job with the Packers. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you're outside the tackle box, the ball is okay. So I that's what it was. I thought if you're outside the tackle box, so I got corrected by Keys. So Russell Wilson, 11 passing yards, but he'll get a chance to add on here. 1st and 10 here for Denver Broncos, 47 seconds left in the first half. Denver has the ball on the 25-yard line. Back to pass, a little screen play, and they're going to get P. Ryan, the former Cincinnati Bengal. This is a very nice job here, nice little screen pass, and P. Ryan's a guy that I really thought would be a bigger part of the Denver Broncos offense. Is I really liked them in Cincinnati. This was a former OU running back with a teammate of Joe Mixon, actually. But we'll get back to that as we get back to the game here. 39th yard line, 41 seconds left here. Nice coverage here by Justin Watson. They're trying to hit Sutton in for a quick slant route. But I was talking about P. Ryan. This is a guy that set multiple weightlifting records at Oklahoma. Powerful runner, not the fastest guy, but he's a guy I really thought Denver would use a lot more often when they signed him in free agency. I thought this was a big loss for the Bengals, and Joe Mixon's had some injury issues, so I think he's being missed here. Trips to the bottom of the screen here. Russell Wilson shotgun formation, one wide receiver to the top here. He fires out quickly, catches Cortland Sutton, but this was a badly thrown ball. Even though Cortland Sutton did catch it, it's only a gain of 4, and he catches it inbounds as timeout is called here. I don't know who called the timeout. Denver This is by the way, that play and this timeout is I think could be a huge mistake, and I do think it's a mistake. And the reason why I think it's a mistake is that you're better off just going hurry up and running a play and getting eating up the clock, because right now if they don't get the first down, there's a good chance Kansas City can get the ball back, and with a couple timeouts they can do something. So you got to convert this third down. But that was a horrible throw by Russell Wilson. Keep in mind it was a 4-yard completion, but you had Cortland Sutton just a couple yards away from the out of bounds marker. You throw it up a little higher, give him a chance to run out of bounds. That way you don't have to burn that timeout. 3rd and 5 here for Denver here. Kansas City Chiefs fake the blitz here, but they still get pressure on Wilson. Chris Jones gets the sack. And Kansas City Chiefs are not going to use one of the timeouts, so they're more than happy to let this go till the end of the half. I actually thought Kansas City with 3 timeouts could call a timeout, try to get a little creative here, but instead they're just going to go in halftime up 10-0. So we got a low scoring first half here. It's only 10-0, but I predicted correctly as of right now that Denver would cover 10.5. I think this is going to be a close game. And I stand corrected. I didn't think anybody was going to call a timeout, but apparently they are going to call a timeout. And that's I don't know what happened here. According to this here, and I'm listening to this without the sound so I don't get any violations from YouTube, but looks like Denver had to call a timeout. Why? I have no idea. So with 15 seconds left in a full assortment of timeouts, Kansas City's going to get the ball on the 35-yard line. There's now a flag on the play, and we're going to find out what's going on here. But it's some weird stuff here that's been going on at the first half. It looked originally like Kansas City Chiefs didn't call the timeout. But this is going to be a legal touching penalty. This is a big deal because this is going to give the Kansas City Chiefs are only going to have to get Kansas City Chiefs are only going to have to get about 15 yards. And this is a move by Riley Moss. I've been calling Riley Reed. Riley Reed, he's a 3rd-round pick out of Iowa, a player that I really like. And what the drill is that he ran out of bounds, and he was the first one to touch the ball. So Patrick Mahomes is going to get the ball on the 39-yard line. 3 timeouts remaining, 15 seconds left here. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. He's going to go back to pass, a little dump off to McKinnon. McKinnon's going to get upended at the 45-yard line. They're going to call a timeout here with 10 seconds left. And this is enough time to get 2 plays. What you'll see here, I think, is another play towards the middle of the field. They'll call a timeout, and then there is a chance that you'll either do a field goal or you may want to try a quick throw out, depending on where they're at in the middle of the field. But with 10 seconds left, this is enough time for Kansas City to advance the ball to try to put up, try to extend the lead in the first half. And this is kind of what I thought would happen. And really, let's go back to that second down throw by Russell Wilson. This was a terrible throw. I'll get back to that in a second. 2nd and 4 here from the Denver 45-yard line. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation here. He's got some pressure. He's going to run. He's at midfield. He's at the 45. He's going to slide down at the 42, 43-yard line. He was hit, and Patrick Mahomes is looking for a flag. But he's not going to get one, but he's doing a little trash talking with one of the Broncos. I love trash talk. But Patrick Mahomes was trying to get a penalty there. He did not get it, but with 4 seconds left in the first half, it looks like we're going to see a long field goal. It's going to be about a 59, 60-yard field goal. And they're showing this replay here. And McMillan, who's having a great game, I understand why Patrick Mahomes was trying to get the call, but that's not a penalty. It's not a penalty here, so. Yeah, he's pissed. Yeah. And by the way, I want to piss off Mahomes. I don't think it's a call though. So we are lining up for a field goal, and it's going to be this is going to be a 60-yard field goal. There is 4 seconds left, in the half. The Kansas City Chiefs are trying to go up for a 13-10 here. The kick is up, and is this? Oh my God, he made it! 60 yards out. We exit the first half with Kansas City Chiefs up 13-0, and the Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half. We got halftime, folks. I'm going to sit here, answer all the questions, all the questions, all the comments, anything you want to talk about. I will also, I got DraftKings pulled up. If you have any prop bet action, somebody mentioned in my comments that he has Jared McKinnon anytime touchdown at plus 330. He's still got an opportunity with 1/2 left to go to win that bet. Throw a DPI downfield and kick him. Yeah. I'm a little behind on doing the comments, so. Butker as comeback player of the year. He has surpassed Justin Tucker as best in the NFL this season. Butker as comeback player of the year. No. And the reason why is that's not going to go to a kicker unless something highly unusual happens. Justin Tucker's has been off by his standards. Justin Tucker's also a guy making a case for for being Canton bound. But if you told me Butker's the best kicker in the NFL this year, that's fair. My boy George put some action on Tua and Baker Mayfield being comeback player of the year. And right now I'm leaning towards Tua, but I hate to say this and it sounds so mean, but you can go all the way back to his time at Alabama, and he's just not been able to stay healthy. And I don't see Tua playing 17. But hopefully George will collect on either Baker or Tua winning the comeback player of the year. So Keys has a great question. Where do babies come from, Dan? And I will get back to that. Oh my God. I got my girl Cheryl. Unfortunately, she's married, guys. And her husband's super cool. I love her husband. Great guy. But oh my God, Cheryl, I'm so proud of you, Dan. You are the man. A little proud to hate pride, a little pride, little shout out to Keys. So I love it here. Dan said anything goes to just testing it out. And we are going to get to this. So when a mommy stork and a baby stork get together, the stork delivers the baby. So that's where it is. That's where it is. When mommies and daddies love each other. And on the show, anything goes. And one thing I want to point out about this channel, and for those of you guys who've been here for a long time, you know this, that one thing I've seen on a lot of other YouTube channels is that you have to agree with what the host says, or you get blocked or banned, or don't get your comments up on the screen. That's not the case here. That's not the case here. On this channel, if you have a difference of opinion than mine, you're more than welcome to speak your opinion. Even if I disagree with you, I want to hear it. I want to hear what you have to say. And I always hear about your opinions. And that's the whole point of this channel, is I want to bring a community of people together, and I want to hear your thoughts, whether you're a Chiefs fan or a Denver fan or a Lions fan or a Packers fan. I want to get your opinion and your thoughts. One Pride 40, for example, pointed out we should be blowing Denver out, and it's like, I didn't think that at all. I thought this would be a close game. I think we're better than Denver, but this is a game I expect to be close. I mean, right now, the Kansas City Chiefs are covering the 10.5, and I'm going to touch base on that here in just a second, because we're going to look at some of the bets that you may or may not be able to make, depending on if you're into sports betting or not. But I expect Denver to cover 10.5, and I predicted that before the start of the game. This is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. And I understand you guys. If you're a Lions fan, you're super excited because you beat Green Bay in Lambeau, a game that I really expected Green Bay to get up for. And And you may say, hey, look, there's no reason why this shouldn't be a blowout. Well, Denver plays Kansas City tough, and don't be surprised this ends up being a difficult, hard fought game. So yeah. We're the better. Yeah, we are, but Denver, you have to understand something. If Kansas City loses this game, it's no big deal. I would, if I had to choose between losing this game and losing next week to the Chargers, I want to, because we host the Chargers next week. The Chargers had a bye last week. I'm drawing a blank on who they're playing this week, but the Chargers are a team that had some injury issues. Justin Herbert, I think, fractured a finger on his non-throwing hand. I mean, considering you catch the ball almost every single play, it's a tough injury for a quarterback to deal with, harder than it would be for another position. The rest is, I think the finger is going to have some problems for Herbert for the rest of the year, but this is not a game Kansas City needs. This is Denver's biggest game of the year, because if they go to 1-5, they really have to make some hard decisions on what to do in the future, because at 1-5, look at the rest of the AFC. I mean, look at the rest of the AFC. I mean, you got teams like the Jets that just beat you. You got Buffalo. You got you got Miami, which Kansas City is going to play in a couple of weeks, which could be a very, very, very good game. You got the Chargers in your own division. Baltimore, Pittsburgh both got 3 wins each. So if you go to 1-5, you kind of got to look at your team and you got to say, man, what do we do going forward? This is a huge game. Kansas City loses this game, it's no big deal, because every team in the AFC is at least 1 loss. And the only 2 teams with only 1 loss right now are Miami and Kansas City. Miami and Kansas City are going to play in a couple weeks in Frankfurt. And I got my boy Pete. He's going to come on. He's a Dolphins fan, and they're pretty excited about what's going on in Miami right now, as they think that they have this all-time great offense. Right now it is. So, but yeah. Donovan Smith is a guy that's not the long-term answer, but it's a good job getting him in for 1 year. I actually think he's been playing pretty well. Juwan Taylor is a guy that I really liked coming out of Florida, that I didn't think he earned the $80 million contract, never going to 1 Pro Bowl. I didn't think he was a Pro Bowl guy. Athletic, high upside right tackle, but I never thought he was elite. Then again, though, I mean, if you compare him to Mike McGinley, who was signed for more money, he's the Denver Broncos right tackle. Maybe it's a better deal, but the left tackle spot, something that's going to be addressed, whether it's draft or in free agency after the season. Donovan Smith, if I'm correct, only has a 1 year deal. I could be wrong about that, but I think after this season, it's something, the left tackle position, something the Chiefs are going to look at. Also, my upset pick is the Chargers. Off the top of my head, One Pride, I'm drawing a complete blank, and I know I did a video of all my picks, so please check them out. The Chargers are playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're playing Monday night against Dallas. So. And that's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a fun game. So that's going to be a really fun game. I've been toying around with this for a while. I've been toying around with doing other games on Sunday night, maybe Monday. Just probably not going to happen this week, but I would love to do Dallas and Chargers on Monday night. So. A joke related to a question I heard: once upon a time, me and Daddy decided to plant a wonderful little seed. Daddy put it into the earth, and I took care of it every day. After a while, the seed started to grow more and more leaves. In a few months, it turned into a healthy plant. So we took the plant, dried it, smoked it, and got so high with it, we forgot to wear. Oh, dude! What? One Pride. Okay, so I don't know how much you want to advertise yourself on social media, but DM me that picture. DM me that picture. Well, y'all don't have Panay Soul is amazing, by the way. Juwan Taylor, Orlando Brown Jr., Frank Clark, Anthony Hitchens. We love making some bad decisions with Clark Hunt's wallet. Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing, is that the Chiefs have made some mistakes in free agency and with trades. We gave Anthony Hitchens a 5-year, $45 million. He was just an okay player. He's been replaced by Nick Bolton, who's a massive upgrade, a guy that's going to get a lot of money. Frank Clark, we gave up 2 number ones and $100 million for. Orlando Brown, we gave up a first, a third, and a fourth. Now we did get a second back, and I don't know if it was Nick Bolton or Creed Humphrey that we used that second round pick on. And Juwan Taylor, as of right now, has not been a good investment. However, the thing is with Juwan Taylor is that I think as the season's gone on, I actually think he's played better. He just, when you pay him elite money, you expect elite things, and he hasn't brought that yet. But it wouldn't surprise me if he starts playing at elite level later on in the year. Slater, who I do on Madden. Oh, oh God. That, I have Dallas winning that game, but it's going to be a fun game. I don't want to go into detail. I would love to do that game on Monday night. I probably won't get an opportunity. Judy has 2 receptions for 1 yard, and they're looking to trade him. I really think that as the deadline approaches, for those of you that don't know, the deadline is Halloween, so it's in a few weeks. And I think that if Denver loses this game and they go 1-5, I think Denver knows deep down that they just took a swing and a miss with Russell Wilson, and they know that they have to plan to move on. So what you have to do is you have to dump contracts, and you have to acquire draft picks. And that's how you build a team. When you draft a quarterback and it doesn't pan out, you go backwards a couple of years in your team development. And same thing applies when you use multiple first-round draft picks on a quarterback. So yeah, you got to think about that. And if they lose this game and they go 1-5, you got to start thinking, what do you do? Or heck, Rashawn Slater. Best thing that happened the last couple of years is Orlando Brown's stupidity turning down Beach's offer. I didn't think Orlando Brown Jr., Frank Clark, or free agent bust, but Smith and Juwan Taylor are. I think it's too soon to tell with both. Keep in mind, Smith is, I think, just a stopgap, and Juwan Taylor is a guy who hasn't lived up to it yet, but he could. So I still think Taylor, he could be. He could be. I told you before the season, those tackles really aren't the best. Are you serious? 5 weeks into the season, you're talking about players being bust. Taylor and Smith's the pass blocking win rate are both better than Brown and Wiley. They're getting less double team help. I don't know if I'd call them bust. You have to understand, with Donovan Smith, he's not the long-term answer. They're expecting Taylor to be the long-term answer. They gave him a lot of money over 4 years. He's going to be a starter for the next several years on the right side. They drafted Donovan Smith because they realized, hey, we can't make it work with Orlando Brown Jr. We need a guy who's a veteran who can play. We got our guy. Keep in mind, they used a 3rd-round pick on I can't believe I'm drawing Lucas Nang. And Lucas Nang, when they drafted him, they still had Eric Fisher on the roster, and they were hoping that Nang would end up being the eventual left tackle. That never panned out, and I don't know the answer. But Smith's not the long-term answer. Taylor is. But as far as these guys aren't the best, we're going to be okay with Taylor. He's as the season's going on, he's getting better, and better. It's just that when you give the guy $80 million and he's the second highest paid right tackle in football, you expect a little more. You're not getting that yet, but you could. Donovan Smith, he's playing just fine. He's not elite. He's not supposed to be. He's here for 1 year. He's probably not going to be here next, and we'll see what happens with the Kansas City Chiefs going in the next season. And don't be surprised when you sign him to another 1 year deal. Don't be surprised at all. And we are starting the second half here. Denver kicks off going left to right on your screen here, and it goes out of the end zone. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take over 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. If you just tuned in, the Kansas City Chiefs are up 13-0. Denver's offense has not looked good. The opening drive, they were able to run the ball, but went for it on 4th down, ended up not working out. The Denver's defense has played really well, forcing a couple turnovers, but not been able to capitalize. Kansas City Chiefs going to hand off to Pacheco. Pacheco powers forward to the middle, then corkscrews his way for at the 30-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 5 or 6, depending on where they mark him down at. Nice run. And again, I love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing by running the ball a little more. Keep in mind, you got the best quarterback in the National Football League, and Patrick Mahomes. I still think he's the best quarterback. They're going to give him 6 here, but I still like to see the Chiefs run the ball a little more. Rashee Rice moves to the bottom of the screen to join Kelsey. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, dumps off to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to make a juke move, stutter step, and goes outside to the left here, goes out of bounds after he gets the first down. So 1st down for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this was a nice job by Kansas City. It looks like Mahomes wanted to go downfield, just quickly check down to Pacheco, who was one-on-one against Josie Jewell. And Pacheco was able to put a little juke move on him for an extra yard or two, which is just enough to get a 1st down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at just outside the 35, the 34-yard line. I'm sorry, it's the 35-yard line here. They fake the jet sweep, hand off to Pacheco around the right side. He's going to get a gain of, I think it's going to be a gain of 2 here for Pacheco. And again, I like what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. I really like the fact that they're running the ball a little more, trying to impose their will on the Denver Broncos defense. Even though the defensive unit's been much maligned, they have a lot of talent. It's just they haven't been able to put things together. But I like the fact that you're trying to get physical with Denver here. Kansas City Chiefs here are going to line up. It looks like it's 13 personnel. They got 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. Looks like it's Kadarius Toney at the top of the screen. Mahomes wants to go to Toney, checks down to CEH. He's going to, nice play by CEH here as they check. What they were trying to do is get Kadarius Toney at the top of the screen, one-on-one. Denver had that covered, so it's a nice check down to CEH. And CEH made a nice play here. I showed some explosiveness that we really haven't seen from him, and gets a 1st down here, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is a nice job. Denver actually did a very good job defensively. The only thing they didn't do was playing on CEH, who hasn't really produced much, a former 1st-round pick out of LSU. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 47-yard line. Patrick Mahomes, a little quick throw to Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce for a 1st down here. And a nice job by Travis Kelce, because of all the players that the Kansas City Chiefs have, don't cover Kelce. Why not leave him open? And Denver has no answer for Travis Kelce as he gets a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down here. And Travis Kelce, another 100-yard day, 100 yards in the 1st half by himself. Travis Kelce is going to take a breather because doesn't really matter. They can do nothing to stop him. I don't get it. So they're inside enemy territory at the 41. Patrick Mahomes, little pitch and catch here. Sky Moore, 1st catch. Nice corkscrew move. He was stopped originally. A nice corkscrew spin move. Ditches the tackler, gets a 1st down. Sky Moore, nice job. 1st catch of the game for Sky Moore, a guy that we mentioned earlier. A guy really hasn't lived up to that all-season hype that we were getting. 1st catch of the game, but does a good job. Stopped short of a 1st down, spins around back towards the field, gets those extra couple yards, so the Kansas City Chiefs have a 1st down here. Patrick Mahomes, 19 out of 27, 198, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Nice job here to put in CEH. A little flea flicker action. Kadarius Toney wants to go deep. And, this is interesting. So what they did is they had Jared McKinnon, tailback, offset eye with CEH as the fullback. And so they do a little razzle-dazzle. Doesn't work, but it's fun. A little razzle-dazzle, but it's fun. Didn't work out, but no turnover here. And so what the Chiefs did is they had 2 tight ends. They had 2 wide receivers. It was a little fake. Kadarius Toney, by the way, high school quarterback. One thing the Kansas City Chiefs love to do is They love players that former quarterbacks. Nice little slant. Rashee Rice, 15-10. First down, Kansas City. And Rashee Rice, when he gets the ball in his hands, he's exciting to watch. A bigger running back, but showing off some speed here. And he was matched one-on-one here and does a great job here against McMillan, who's having a great game. Just ran away from McMillan. Should have been stopped after a gain of about 7, but just even though he's a lot bigger than McMillan, just showing some explosiveness here. And we got a Kansas Chiefs first and goal here on about the 8-yard line. I was going to say 7, or make them down at the 8 here. Patrick Mahomes is going to hand off to CEH, tackled immediately in the backfield, but he spins forward. Looks like he's going to gain a half a yard. Yeah, he isn't. He just, Rice, when he gets the ball in his hands, he looks like a running back. He's a bigger player. And by the way, One Pride, I'm going to touch base on this. I want to make sure I get all my questions. I'm going to star this comment, so I'm going to come back to this. So we're going to get a shotgun formation here, 2nd and goal here. Patrick Mahomes trips at the top of the screen. They're going to throw it here to Pacheco, flares out to the top here. Nice job by the Denver Broncos as they stop them to a gain of 1 here. 5-minute drive so far. I guess we can play ball control too. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that you play ball control. I like the fact that you can go ahead and eat up some of the clock here, because what you're wanting to do is that you want to force Denver out of their game plan. 3rd and goal here for the Kansas City Chiefs at the 7-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here, trips at the bottom of the screen, Sky Moore to the top. Jared McKinnon's flaring out to the top. Patrick Mahomes scrambling and just going to throw this out of the end zone here. And looks like we're going to get a field goal here. So this drive, as of right now, is 5 minutes, 41 seconds. Results only in a field goal, but if the field goal is made, it will extend the lead to 16-0. So I agree completely. I agree completely. I love when Rashee Rice gets the ball in his hands. I love when Rashee Rice gets the ball in his hands. He's like a running back. Didn't run a great time at Indianapolis, but he's a bigger guy. At SMU, they did not really run a very complicated offense. They ran a lot of the old school. It's an old school run and shoot. The coach left to take the job at TCU, and of course, year 1 took them to the national championship. But he runs a pretty simplified offense, even by college standards. So when Rashee Rice entered the NFL, he was raw, but I think he led the NFL, or I'm sorry, led college football in yards per game at something like 116 or something ridiculous like that. But Rashee Rice, really exciting. It's just a question of he's got to learn how to run routes. And he's just going to get better and better as the game goes on, or as the season goes on. He's eventually going to be the Chiefs' number one receiver. It may take some time. So if you do a little in-game betting, the over-under right now is at 32.5. Actually, kind of like the over, and you can now take Kansas City Chiefs to cover 17.5. If you're a Chiefs fan though, and you're wondering if Denver's knocked out of this game, absolutely not. Last year, Kansas City was up, I think it was 28-7, and Denver just kept coming back and ended up making a six-point game last year at Arrowhead. So Denver's more than capable of coming back. But as of right now, I really like what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing, in that they are playing really good defense. I like the ball control and offense. And Denver is forced a little bit out of their comfort zone at this point, because what they really wanted to do is they wanted to play ball control. They wanted to run the clock. They wanted to run the ball, control the clock. And now that they're down by 2 possessions at maximum, potentially 3 possessions with 16 points. Let's see what they do. One Pride, this is a great comment here. And what do you believe you guys are the biggest need? The one I'm hopeful if you're still there. I'd like for you to elaborate a little more. If you're talking this off season, I personally think it's left tackle. And you brought this up here earlier, Joe Alt, because Joe Alt, for those of you that don't know, John Alt, his dad was a longtime Kansas City Chief left tackle. And I would love nothing more than for Joe Alt to be the Kansas City Chiefs left tackle. He's a guy I think that has a very, very high floor. Maybe not as high of a ceiling as some of the other left tackles in this draft, but he's a guy I think that you could plug and play immediately at left tackle. We'll have to see because some teams have been projecting him as a right guy. So we are at 6 Taylor Swift sightings. Back to the game here. Kansas City Chiefs are going to kick off, and Butker kicks this out of the end zone. So we're going to start off first and 10 for the Denver Broncos, down 16-0 as the Broncos are trying to avoid a shutout. And as they're trying to avoid a shutout here, and Denver, in order to make this a game, they really got to score at this possession. This is a possession they absolutely positively got to score in. And I agree with you, One Pride, not enough Taylor Swift. I agree. One Pride loves Taylor Swift. So 9:16 left in the third quarter. Denver has the ball first and 10 at the 25-yard line. Russell Wilson, 7 out of 11 for 37 yards and 1 interception. Been sacked 3 times too. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. He's going to hand it off here. Is this McLaughlin? Yes, it is. And he's going to get 4, maybe 5. Nice job by Leo Chenell, second-round player out of Wisconsin, third-round pick, being used as a pseudo linebacker, edge rusher. Really like what the Chiefs are doing defensively, kind of quietly switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4 hybrid scheme. And Leo Chenell is doing a little bit of everything. He's a player that they're kind of rotating in. 2nd and 6 here for the Kansas City, or for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation here. Trips at the bottom of the screen here. Russell Wilson back to pass. He wants to go deep here to Cortland Sutton, and that's going to draw a flag here. Justin Watson was on coverage. Looks like he got a hand on Cortland Sutton, and we're going to see this is probably going to be holding here. They're going to call it pass interference, so it's a spot foul. So Denver is going to get an automatic first down here. Justin Watson, little one-on-one, or I'm sorry, Jalen Watson. Got the names mixed up here. Jalen Watson last year was a 7th-round pick. Really came on strong, but just really, really playing well. I'm not mad at that penalty at all, but a second-year player, big corner. Been playing really, really well for the Kansas City Chiefs. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos at the 46-yard line. Russell Wilson under center. He's going to hand off here. We got McLaughlin and Chris Jones got a hand on him, wrapped up by Derek Noddy after it looks like a gain of 1 here. A gain of 1. So it's going to be 2nd and I think 9. And even though I think Denver needs to score, they're still doing their same offensive plan where they're not really in a hurry. There's not a lot of tempo. It's the same thing that they've been doing. It's just a very, ball control type of thing. And I think this is a mistake. I think Denver should put the foot on the gas a little bit here. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation here. He's back to pass, little screenplay to McLaughlin. He's going to score it out to the 50 and gets wrapped up by Nick Bolton. Having a good game, but Bolton hasn't been playing every down, but he's been having a good game. Had the interception earlier, and a very nice open field tackle to force a 3rd down here. As this is a very big 3rd down here. If they don't convert this 3rd down, don't be surprised Denver goes for it, because we're now more than halfway through the 3rd quarter. Kansas City's up 16-0. It's imperative that Denver score on this drive. As the game's winding down here, and they're down by 16 here. 3rd and 2 for Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation here. Handoff to Javonte Williams. Gets the 1st down, powers forward past the 40. Nice run by Javonte Williams here. And again, even though Denver's moving the ball, I would like to see a little more urgency out of their offense, because Their game plan was to run the ball, control the clock, and that's good and everything, and that's what you want to do against Kansas City Chiefs, but you're down by 16, and you're more than halfway through the third quarter. It's important that you score, but I think you got to speed it up a little bit here if you're the Denver Broncos, as they're letting way too much time go off the play clock here. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation. They're going to motion out Javonte Williams at the top of the screen, move Jerry Jeudy in as a running back. Russell Wilson back to pass here. They're isolated. Nice job by the Denver Broncos offense. What they did is isolated Jerry Jeudy on Leo Chenal, an obvious mismatch. Jerry Jeudy, it's an old school Texas route, if you know what I'm talking about, where you're running back, you splare out, post back into the middle of the field. First down for the Denver Broncos, as the Denver Broncos are now within field goal range. And even if they get a field goal, they got to get something, ideally a touchdown. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos at the 29-yard line. And we're now inside 6 minutes here. Russell Wilson, an empty set here. Russell Wilson back to pass here. Chiefs show pressured. Ball is tipped. Intercepted by Justin Reed. Interception by Justin Reed. I didn't see who got the hand on the ball here. I think it was George Karlaftis here. Wait till the replay. This is the last thing that you wanted. And this was a big play by the Kansas City Chiefs defense, which is look nothing short of amazing. But I apologize. It was Willie Gay on the blitz, Justin Reed with the pick. And they're just off. The Denver Broncos offense is off, but also it has to do with the Kansas City Chiefs defense just playing fantastic. Dan, I'll DM you the pass win double team. Yes, please do. Guess who Joe Alt reminds me of? I'd like to know. Seriously, I watched his dad. Almost the whole time he was in Kansas City, and I loved his dad. Just his dad was like 6'8", 6'7", just a mountain. Old school Marty Ball was perfect. Reminds me a lot of his dad, but she's already in a couple of weeks of heaven, but I've lost my tight end tracking. So who do you think is better, Alt or the kid from Penn State? The kid from Penn State. I'm hearing the kid from Penn State that they're talking about him being just like a generational player. The upside was crazy, but apparently he's just been dominating. Both are really good. Both could go top 10 very easily. The kid from Penn State, it's going to be hard to say because we're going to have to take a look at this quarterback draft because there could be a situation where you have, just like in this year's draft, where you have 3 quarterbacks that went in the first 4 picks, you may have the same type of situation. And if that's the case, a guy like Alt may go down, but both these guys are capable of being top 10 picks. We're going to do quite a bit. Kansas City can't cover the spread. Universe would implode, so we know score 2 is going to My wife dozed off. Dan, you'll probably do it again in 30 seconds. I'll probably do what again in 30 seconds? Oh, man. Karlaftis is the second best DN in the class. We all know who the first is. I was not as high on Karlaftis as a lot of people, and I had a second round grade on him. I thought he was more of an outside linebacker, but he's playing really, 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 really good. The stats may not be there, but he's playing really good. I thought it was him on the deflection. It was actually Willie Gay. Kansas City Chiefs with the ball, 5:38 left in the third quarter. Chiefs 1st and 10 on their 39. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. It's going to be Noah Gray out in the flat, and he's only going to get a gain of 2 here. But at this point, what you're doing is if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, you just want to eat up some clock here. Ideally, of course, you want to score. But you really just want to eat up some clock. They're going to call it 2nd and 9. I thought it was a gain of 2. So it's a short 9, long 8, depending on how you want to look at it. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation here. Isaiah Pacheco's to his left. Trips at the bottom of the screen here. I can't tell who's on the top. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Scrambling around. Goes to the top here. He wants to go deep. He's going to scramble. He's going to be tackled for a short sack here. Basically, it's going to be a loss of 1 as Patrick Mahomes didn't want to throw the ball away, but you could tell he was looking downfield. He wanted to take a shot. And Jonathan Cooper, 7th-round pick. No, I'm sorry. Is he the 7th-round pick or the 3rd-round pick? I can't remember. I got the two mixed up on the sack. He's kind of the reason why they were able to let Randy Gregory go. He was traded to the 49ers for I think it's a flop of a 6th, 7th-round pick. So 3rd and 11 here for the Kansas City Chiefs as we are approaching 4 minutes left in the game. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. Jared McKinnon to his right. Patrick Mahomes is going to scramble. And he's going to go out. He's to the 40, he's to the 30, 45, 50, and gets a first down, 15-yard gain for Patrick Mahomes as he was directing traffic. Jared McKinnon, nice block out there. It looked like he wanted to go ahead and throw to McKinnon. McKinnon was covered, turns McKinnon into a blocker, and just does a fantastic job. Patrick Mahomes, great job here as everybody was covered downfield. They finally put some people on Travis Kelce. And instead of forcing it, Patrick Mahomes just runs for 15 yards and the Kansas City Chiefs first down. The clock will keep moving as we are inside 3:40 in the 3rd quarter. Kansas City Chiefs up 16-0. Kansas City Chiefs handoff to Pacheco. He's going to run right into the middle of the field. He's just going to take the ball, just runs right in the middle of the line. Gain of 2 here for Isaiah Pacheco. And they're re-showing the run here. Jordan McKinnon, nice play here. And Patrick Mahomes, of course, directing traffic. Nice job by the Kansas City Chiefs. And they show Russell Wilson after that 3rd and 11 run going, man, I wish I could run like that. That's a bad joke. I shouldn't say that. 2nd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs in enemy territory. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Travis Kelce motioning from the top of the screen back. He's down to the slot to the top. Check down to Pacheco here. He's at the 45. He's to the 40. Corkscrews his way. Actually, he was down. It looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 1 here. Nice little check down by Kansas City. I really like what they did here. Mahomes looked at Kelce. They're now bracketing Kelce. Good move, Denver. A little late, but so Pacheco is open in the flat, gets a gain of 7. So it's 3rd and short here for the Kansas City Chiefs. A very key 3rd down for the Kansas City Chiefs as we are under 2.5 in the 3rd quarter. The clock is now becoming a big enemy of the Denver Broncos here. Travis Kelce and Pacheco in the backfield here. It's going to be a little – actually, wow, I missed that. It wasn't Patrick Mahomes. It was Kadarius Toney as quarterback with Pacheco and Travis Kelce. Again, if you don't like it, you're going to call it a little too cute. And that's exactly what happened. And Denver read this perfectly. So kudos to the Denver Broncos as what they did was they did a zone read option, but instead of Toney handing the ball off, which he should have done, he decided to take it himself, lost a couple of yards, and the Kansas City Chiefs are going to punt. So a big stop for the Denver Broncos as the clock is quickly becoming their enemy as we are under 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter here. Kansas City Chiefs are going to punt. And Justin Watson hits the ball before it goes into the end zone. So it's going to be downed, looks like at the 4-yard line. Great job by Kansas City Chiefs special teams. Tommy Townsend, one of the best punters in the National Football League. One thing about Tommy Townsend, we have very similar haircuts. So Tommy Townsend has fantastic hair. I'm very jealous. So as we approach commercial break, there's 1:27 left in the 3rd quarter. Kansas City Chiefs are up 16-0. That's true. The defense has been playing great again. I thought Denver looked pretty good at times in this game. Just a mistake here or there and just some plain dumb luck. You're 100% correct. Part of it just has to do with that. I said this all along. It's putting a square peg in a round hole. And it looks like both Russell Wilson and Sean Payton are trying to work together. But I think ultimately they're going to move on from Russell Wilson. The question whether it's this year or next year or this offseason or next offseason. That's kind of what I think, and that's kind of what I wouldn't surprise me if Denver starts having a fire sale and getting rid of players, older players with bigger contracts, maybe lose a key free agent or two because sooner or later they're going to have to move on. Joe Thomas. Ooh, what a great comparison. He's not quite that good. Joe Thomas coming out of college looked unbelievable. John or Joe Alt, not quite that good, but great comparison. Great comparison. I don't think he's quite that good. I could be wrong. I'll be honest with you though. I just remember Joe Thomas coming out, and I was like this guy looks like he could be a Hall of Famer, and then he got stuck with Cleveland for all those years. But in all fairness, I haven't watched more of them. That's a great comparison. Kid from Penn State. It's like ES or it's like EM something. I'll be saying his name quite a bit. As we go through the draft process, we're going to talk quite a bit. My throat's killing me. Second bottled water. If you're wondering, I shotgunned an energy drink right before I went on the air. So like I gotta do listen. I'm up to 3 energy drinks a day. Next year's quarterback class is deep. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun in the draft. We're going to do a lot of fun draft stuff, One Pride. 1st and 10 as play resumes here. Denver's got the ball on their own 5-yard line. 127 left in the third, down 16-0. It's going to be a handoff to Javonte Williams. Stopped immediately by Leo Chenal. Loss of 1. Nice play by Leo Chenal. And I'm going to have to take a look at the replay here. We mentioned Leo Chenal was in coverage earlier against Jerry Jeudy, used as an edge. Here, he's actually as a linebacker. So we've seen him used in 3 different formations here, and he just busts right through the formation here and tackles Javonte Williams for a loss of 1, maybe a loss of 2, but excellent play by Leo Chenal is getting a little more playing time. And it's really fun because they're using him all over the field. He doesn't really have a set position. Play action pass from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson wants to go deep. He's going to scramble. He's at the 10. Breaks a tackle by Nick Bolton before he's tackled by Chenal. Depending on where they mark it at, they are going to give him a first down. It looked like he was possibly short, but they are going to give him a first down. So as the third quarter wraps up here, it looks like we're going to see one more play. And give credit to Russell Wilson here because it looked like Nick Bolton almost had him at the 10, but he broke free of Nick Bolton's tackle for a first down. Nice play by Russell Wilson. Looks like they're going to get one more play off before the end of the third quarter. Russell Wilson shotgun snap. Here he's got some pressure. Chris Jones, he's going to scramble. He's at the 20, and he's going to go down around the 24. There's a flag on the play. We're going to see what this flag is. So the third quarter is going to extend on. Denver wanted to at least get one more play before the third quarter, and there is no foul on the play, so it looks like we're going to see the third quarter come to an end here. All right, if there's no flag, clock should be moved. I don't get this. Why the clock? Okay, so now the third quarter is coming to an end here. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Denver Broncos as we start the fourth quarter after the commercial break. Kansas City Chiefs are up 16-0. Honestly, I thought Karlaftis was better than Hutch during the draft process, and I'm glad we got Hutch on the team now. Well, honestly, I know that there's been a little bit of trash talk because a lot of Lions fans are saying, "Hey, you got the wrong guy. You should have took Hutchinson over Trayvon Walker." And I felt that too because if you go on tape, he wasn't the number 1 pick in the draft, but he had that awesome combine. But where Hutchinson's a natural pass rusher, Trayvon Walker isn't. He's never going to be that guy. He's going to be a guy that a lot of people are going to call him a bust because he's an excellent either defensive end or in Jacksonville as an outside linebacker. But he's not a guy who's going to be a double-digit sack guy. He's not that type of guy, even though he has freaky athletic ability. He's just not a natural pass rusher. So, yeah, I nailed that, by the way. I said it immediately when the draft came out that, Detroit's going to take Hutchinson. And a lot of people disagreed with me, but I thought it was a no-brainer, and he's really worked out really well. He's having an excellent season. Joe Alt reminds me of Penei Sewell. To tell you the truth, Panay Sewell's kind of an unusual type of player. Joe Alt doesn't remind me of Sewell at all. The kid from Penn State doesn't either. Baby, Panay Sewell's kind of an unusual type of athlete, an unusual type of player, freaky athlete. But yeah, getting players like McDuffie and Karliftis at the end of first round picks is so critical. So crucial to say. Absolutely, Keys. This is a fantastic take because this is what New England did for years. They would trade down. They would get multiple picks in the first round. They would get picks late in the first round that ended up being really, really good football players. And then they would trade down and get players later in the draft that would pan out. Players like, for example, J.C. Jackson, who returned to New England. That was a fourth round pick, ended up being a really good player. And New England did this for years and years and years. Philly's doing the same thing too. They use that first round pick. I can't believe I'm forgetting the guy's name. Carson Wentz. They used that first round pick for Carson Wentz. They traded down. I remember they traded with the Saints, and then they used that pick that was 9th overall or 10th overall. And then, of course, they traded up and ended up getting Jalen Carter. But the Kansas City Chiefs making some shrewd trades, with Tyreek Hill. And by the way, the Tyreek Hill trades really worked out well for both teams. It really worked out well for both teams. Kansas City Chiefs got some really good young players on defense, and Miami's got an explosive playmaker on offense. So 2nd and 1 here as we return back to play. Russell Wilson, play action pass. He wants to go deep. It's been covered. He's scrambling around trying to get the first down. And he's going to be short. It was 2nd and a long 1, and he wasn't sacked, but the Chiefs really played this really well as it looked like they were doing a play action pass and they wanted to go deep. It was covered, so Russell Wilson was trying to scramble around. As somebody's watched Russell Wilson's whole career, you can tell he's visibly slowed down. The old Russell Wilson would have got first down. 5 years ago, that's probably a 10-yard gain for Russell Wilson. But here it's 3rd and 1 for the Kansas City Chiefs. A very big third down for the Denver Broncos because if they get stopped here and give Kansas City Chiefs the ball back in the fourth quarter down by 16, it's going to be almost impossible. They're going to line up as a extra offensive lineman. Javonte Williams powers forward for a first down here as they go big formation with the extra offensive lineman. They needed that first down badly. I said this the last time the Denver Broncos had the ball, they got to score. This time they absolutely do. It's the fourth quarter, and if they give the Kansas City Chiefs the ball back and Kansas City Chiefs score, it's pretty much game over once it gets to more than 2 possessions. So you really got to do something here. In the third quarter, you could have kicked the field goal. Here, I think you need a touchdown. And I think you got to go for the 2-point conversion because you're down by 16. Russell Wilson, play action pass, first down. I thought he hit Cortland Sutton, and I can't tell what happened. I can't tell if Cortland Sutton dropped it or if it didn't work out. And Justin Reed, Chiefs safety, who's having a really good game, by the way, is down. Doesn't look like it's anything serious as he's getting up, but Andy Reid's coming on the field here. We're going to have stoppage of play. 2nd and 10 here once play resumes. Kansas City Chiefs are up 16-0, 13:26 left in the game. Denver Broncos got the ball, and we are on commercial break. I absolutely, yeah, that was a bad call. By the way, we can argue the play call, but Tony should have handed the ball off 100%. You are 1,000% right. Wildcat, Tony, Kelsey, and Pacheco, I don't mind the play. Absolutely correct, man. But if you want to argue that you shouldn't be taking the ball in the hands of the best player in the NFL, I get that too. No, Keys, it's kind of weird. We 100% agree upon that. We like the play call. But yeah. 1,000 Gooch is fucking gold, man. The play will work with Pacheco, yeah. Mitch Schwartz. Oh, God, yeah, I forgot. They had Mitch Schwartz and Joe Thomas, and Mitch Schwartz signed. At the time, it was a massive I think at the time it was a 5-year, $33 million deal. And I think he was the highest paid right tackle in all of football, Mitchell Schwartz. Lives Matter of fact, it's funny because I follow Mitchell Schwartz on Instagram. He does a lot of cooking and barbecue, and it's going to sound kind of creepy, but I drive around the area. I live in a place called Overland Park, and Mitchell Schwartz lives in Overland Parks, and so like it's kind of funny because like he does like grilling in the backyard. It's like, I know where you're at. It sounds kind of creepy, but like it's like I know where you are. He's literally like 10 minutes that way from me, so it's kind of cool. Penn State kid reminds me of Ogden. I don't know. God, that seriously, I know you're joking. I didn't think you're joking about Thomas until you said it, but Jonathan Ogden was a freak of nature. For those of you that don't know, he set an NCAA discus record. Matter of fact, Jonathan Ogden had the opportunity, which he turned down. He could have been on the Olympic discus team. He was that good of an athlete, but he turned it down. And then he played year one. He played at guard and one of the best left tackles you'll ever see. Just freak of nature. I don't think he's that good, but God, if he is, amazing. Kind of sad we don't have a high draft to draft some of these fire players. Hey, that's what happens when you start winning games, man. It's what happens when you start winning games. You're going to have to pick in the 20s. It's a lot harder to hit on players in the 20s, but you did a good job in this year's draft, and hopefully you do a good job in next year's draft. We're going to be talking a lot of Lions come draft time because they're going to be a fun team to follow because they're going to lose coaches and free agents, so they're going to be a real fun team to watch in the draft. 2nd and 10 as play resumes here. 2nd and 10 for the Denver Broncos on their own 27. Russell Wilson back to pass, and the pass is immediately knocked down at the line of scrimmage. I couldn't see who did it. They said Tranquil, but looking at Chris Jones here, I think it was Chris Jones who, even though he has 1 sack, you could say he's having a quiet game, but really this whole defense is just playing phenomenal. What a great job by the Kansas City Chiefs defense here, and Chris Jones just batting the ball down. 3rd and 10, shotgun snap here. Russell Wilson wants to go deep, one-on-one with, I thought it was Cortland Sutton, but it was Johnson, and I'm drawing a blank on that player's name, Brandon Johnson. I'm sorry. And so it's going to be 4th and 10 here. And if you're watching this and you're a Broncos fan and you're frustrated, you really shouldn't be, because what the Denver Broncos did is they saw one-on-one coverage and they took a shot, and Jalen Watson just made a play, and there's not really much you can do. So 4th and 10, Denver's going to punt to give the Chiefs ball back under 13 minutes here. Washington's going to take the punt at the 21-yard line. He's going to dance around a little bit. He's going to bounce to the outside. There is a flag on the play. He's got some room. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. Cuts inside at the 45. There is a flag, and usually when you see a flag like this, it's holding. But as of right now, it's a 24-yard return for Washington, who was cut by the Denver Broncos, so he makes a nice play. Even if it comes back, still nice play. And we're going to get a notification. It's oh my God, it's holding against Denver. So this is going to stand. So the Chiefs are going to get the ball at near midfield. It's going to be at the 44-yard line. Normally when you see a flag like that on a return where the player dances around, then cuts to the outside, it's usually holding on the return team. It's actually holding against Denver. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to get excellent field position with the 16-point lead. You say this, but listen, then here's the deal. Detroit's going to lose some players. They're going to get some comp picks. John Dorsey, I know he's not your general manager, but does a nice job in later rounds, and you got some interesting things that are going to happen. You're probably going to lose Bridgewater in free agency. So does Hendon Hooker immediately become guy number 2? Because if that's the case, when does he become guy number 1? Is there a battle? And another thing is, let's say you lose Ben Johnson. Does whoever's your new offensive coordinator, when he comes in, how much is he like Hendon Hooker? Could we see some of the creative things that like Kansas City Chiefs are doing with different, with the Kadarius Toney zone read play at quarterback? Could you do something like that with Hendon Hooker? So Kama's got a pretty good tackle coming out. Notre Dame is O-line. Now Russell's getting scrambled. Yeah, it's kind of sad because like when he was with Seattle, he was so good at that, and you could tell when he was with Seattle, there was a lot of punishment, and that's kind of one of the problems is that when Denver got him, they thought they were getting Russell Wilson in his prime, and he clearly isn't that. Both you're going to have an opportunity to get one of each. It'll be very interesting. How many rollouts is? Yeah, I mean, seriously, if it was a closer game, I get it, but it's not. It's just not. So, and Keys, you are 100% correct. Sean Payton's main goal in this game is to win the time of possession battle, because it doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. It's only important if you win that time of possession. And why they are not taking why they are not speeding the play clock up. And it's so frustrating because if you ever watched Sean Payton with the Saints, it's almost opposite of what he's doing. So Keys is just fucking nailing it here. Penn State kid, AK baby, reminds me that's actually an excellent comparison. Michael Orr was an excellent pick. Actually, that's an excellent comparison. More known for the movie, but he was an excellent player coming out of Ole Miss. Excellent player. Lions will be fine as long as they keep Don Dorsey around in that front office. 100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah, I know exactly. And the clock is Kansas City Chiefs' friend. Not good coaching by the Denver Broncos. Okay, so it said holding against Denver, but all right, so it is holding against Kansas City, which I thought it was. So the Chiefs are backed up to their own 12, and they're just going to try to eat some clock up here. The main thing that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to do here is they just want to go ahead and eat up some clock. So mistake on my part for calling the penalty wrong, but the ref pointed towards Denver. So we're going to have 2nd and 8 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Actually, it looks like 2nd and 7. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation, motioning Kelsey back to the bottom in the slot here. Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass. A little check down screen to Pacheco. Gets the first down. Very nice open field tackle by Singleton, but not after Pacheco got the first down. So what they did is they motioned Kelsey, giving an indicator that they were going to bracket Kelsey, something they should have done more often. Then they threw a screen pass to the opposite side of the field. What a great job by the Kansas City Chiefs as they get a first down. And the Kansas City Chiefs ally in this game is now the clock, as they have a 16-point lead as we are going under 11 and a half minutes in the game. Kansas City Chiefs up 16-0. Patrick Mahomes here, shotgun formation, hands off to Pacheco, little pitch play to Pacheco. Perkins gets in the backfield, foils the play here as Pacheco fights, but ends up losing one. So we're going to have 2nd and 11 here. We got McMillan on the play too. McMillan's having an excellent game. Is much maligned as Vance Joseph has been. The defense has played pretty well for the Denver Broncos. It's just that the offense has just been awful. Early on, they did a good job running the ball. After going for it on 4th down, not making it, they really haven't had they've had a few plays here and there, but overall the offense has not been well. 2nd 11 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. Patrick Mahomes stacked the pass. He wants to go deep down the right side of the field. And oh no. Oh God. Oh damn. Oh, Justin Watson. Oh shit. And Justin Watson's down. And so Justin Watson was at the bottom of the formation. He just went on a out and up, and he had his guy beat and hit him right in the hands. And it looks like, so it hit him in the hand. I'm sorry, Justin Watson should have had this. Justin Watson should have had this, but when he came down, he immediately went to his wrist, and this is not a good thing because Justin Watson is a guy that Kansas City Chiefs are really, he's still on the field. This could be a big time injury, but when so we're gonna have a play stoppage here. It's going to be 3rd and 11 once play resumes. 10:43 left in the 4th quarter as we are on commercial break. Keys, Brad has been doing his thing too. Yeah, I mean, we saw what he did in Kansas City. That's why we do it. But no, they've done a great job. Detroit's done a fantastic job. It's going to be very interesting because Detroit fans haven't seen this, where you're going to lose free agents, coaches, and you're going to pick low in the draft, it's going to be a new experience. It's going to be fun. I mean, we're going to talk about Detroit during the draft, and I'm really hopeful that I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I'm pretty sure Luke G will want to come on and talk some draft because I'm really curious what the Lions are thinking. That's like dating someone for a couple of years, never getting to first base, and then the new guy gets. Yeah. I think Sean Payton's. Here's the deal. I think he is too, but not with Russell Wilson. I think that they're going to have to bring in somebody, whether it's and if you get rid of Russell Wilson, you're going to have to go with a rookie because of the cap, or you have to find somebody cheap who's a backup. You're going to have to figure some things out. If he reminds you of Ogden, that's high praise. I mean, Ogden. I remember Ogden coming out of UCLA was just amazing, and I knew about his discus career in high school and in college. I mean, All-American discus who had a chance to go to the Olympics. It's really underrated of his athleticism. And by the way, you'll hear comparisons like this. We're going to do a lot of stuff draft time, and we're going to talk a lot about this. So. The Chiefs fans are going to flip out. Those in a repeat of the Bears game because of the stats, but Denver's pass D is one of the worst in the NFL, even if they don't have the talent back there. Can't point this game-winning time of possession at this point. Kansas City only needs 13. You might be right on Peyton, my guy. We may draft Jalen King or might haul the defensive tackle out of is that Ohio State Ohio State. One Pride. It'll be very interesting to see what they do. Be very, very, very interesting to see what they do. I'm really excited. The draft time is always a good time here. You want to win, the more free agents want to come here. You're right. You're right. That's one thing that the Chiefs do is when Justin Watson's there. Kalen King. I thought he was the wide receiver. I could be wrong, but the Justin Watson injury is a big one for the Chiefs. They really like this kid. 3rd and 11 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation. Jared McKinnon's in the game here. He's going to catch the screen pass. He's going to flip out to the outside. Gets a block. Gets up and down the field. He cuts back to the inside to 45 to 50 to 45 40. 35 30. Rashee Rice is out there blocking out to the 10-yard line. Oh, no, there's a flag on the play. Oh, God. And my guy who has the prop bet on McKinnon, I'm thinking of you. We're going to see what this flag is, but this was a very big play and great job by the Kansas City Chiefs team, just doing some excellent blocking downfield with both the offensive line and the receiving core. But it looks like it's going to be MVS is going to get called for a. Oh God! If that's what they're calling, so he hits McMillan on the side, and they're going to call it a block in the back. And how the fuck is that personal foul? That's a bit. I'm sorry. I try to be objective. That's a bullshit personal foul. They're calling it a blindside block, but he hits him in the side. I understand if you called it a block in the back, but that's a that's just a bad call. And they're going to say McKinnon stepped out of bounds at the 35. Now yeah. So he stepped out of bounds after. Oh, he steps out of bounds at the 35. But originally, okay, so he wouldn't have been 1st and 10 with the penalty, but he did step out of bounds here. Patrick Mahomes was talking to the referee. It's going to be third and 465 once play resumes here. In reality, it's going to be 3rd and 17 here as we are under 10:30 left in the game. So we're going to see what happens here, but I thought it was a pretty bad call, which took away a Kansas City Chiefs first down. But MVS goes from the top of the formation to the bottom. Look, quick screen to Rashee Rice. He's going to power forward, and he is close to a first down. Rashee Rice is really having a great game here. And what they did is just a screen play to Rashee Rice. As soon as he gets the ball in his hands, he's just like a running back. And it just looked like he was shot out of a cannon, but it's going to be short of the first down. So he's 4th and 3 here as Denver still has time, but they got to do something different offensively. They just been trying to play that ball control, and now now they're going to get the ball back inside 9:30 left in the game. They're down by 16. Technically, it's 2 possessions. Punt's a short one here. Mims catches the ball, makes a guy miss, dives forward to around the 40. So the short punt and a nice 13, 14-yard return by Mims. And Denver has to make something happen fast, because what they're going to do is they're going to have to score a touchdown. They're going to have to go for the 2-point conversion. Now, if they make the 2-point conversion, it's a 1-score game. But if they miss, they're still down by 10, and they're going to have to score twice. So the clock is a big enemy at this point. So Denver's got to do something different, because last drive, there wasn't really any urgency by the offense. It looked like they were just kind of doing the same thing that they were doing early in the game when they were trying to play ball control and run the ball. Now there's 9:22 left. You're down by 16. You've been shut out all game. You got to move a little more urgency, but excellent field position. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Russell Wilson shotgun formation here. It's a play action pass here. He wants to go deep. He goes across the middle of the field, wide open Cortland Sutton in enemy territory. And this is what they should have been doing earlier in the game, is taking advantage of intermediate routes. And Cortland Sutton is an excellent player, just like Rashee Rice from SMU, and a guy that just a big body, a guy really hasn't been used right this season for the Denver Broncos. Big fan of Cortland Sutton, by the way. Big fan of Cortland Sutton. I was kind of tickled when he did a special episode of Bar Rescue a couple seasons ago. And if you get a chance to watch the Cortland Sutton Bar Rescue, really, really well-spoken, intelligent guy. 2nd down, they do a handoff. Javonte Williams, he gets a gain of 6, but being that we're now approaching under 8:30 left in the game and Kansas City's up by 16, Denver wisely huddling to eat up the time of possession, which is very important when you're down by 16. Russell Wilson under center here. 2nd and 5 on the Kansas City Chiefs 35, play action pass here. Chris Jones rushing, and Russell Wilson's going to scramble out, and he's going to get a gain of 8. And Justin Reed hits him as he's going out of bounds. Russell Wilson wants a flag, but not going to get it here. The clock will continue to run, even though Russell Wilson ran out of bounds. So it's going to be under 8 when the play goes on here. And the Kansas City Chiefs read this play perfectly. Chris Jones, it looks like in this play, Chris Jones was expecting Karlaftis to, Justin Reed tags him on the way out. That I've seen that called as a penalty, so be careful, but it wasn't. So as the play clock goes inside the 5, Denver wisely eating up as much time of possession when they're down by 16 as they should. Chris Jones stuffs the handoff of Javonte Williams for no gain. And this is just awful. You're down by 16. You're using 30 seconds to call a play that goes for minus half a yard here. That is just terrible. And there is no urgency on the Denver Broncos offense. I don't get what's going on here. They are no urgency as we are going under 7 minutes in the game here. Denver is in field goal range, but why they are not moving the ball, why they're not trying to get to the line of scrimmage faster, I have no idea. A little check down here to McLaughlin here, and he gets a gain of a couple, but it's going to be 3rd down as Denver there's no urgency in the Broncos offense. If I'm a Broncos fan, I'm pissed off at the simple fact that they're just not moving with more of a sense of urgency, down 16 with now 6.5 minutes remaining. I mean, they're using up tons of time here, and they got to score a couple times here. I mean, I know they got 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning, but you got to do more. 3rd and 5 here as the play clock goes under 10 again. Russell Wilson shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers each side here. Blitz here by Edwards. It's a pass to Jerry Jeudy in the end zone. Trent McDuffie breaks it up here, and there's going to be a flag on the play, and it'll be interesting to see because it's not in the secondary, and it shouldn't be on McDuffie. McDuffie, excellent coverage here, Personal foul, roughing the passer on Edwards. So they brought in a safety blitz. I saw he hit him. I don't know if he hit him in the head. Mike Edwards is shaking his head here. They're going to show the replay. And Mike Edwards came in untouched. And that's not a penalty. That's not a penalty. That is a perfect football tackle. That's a bad. This is for everybody who thinks the NFL is rigged towards the Kansas City Chiefs. There have been multiple bad calls against the Kansas City Chiefs here. 7 penalties, 84 yards. How the fuck is the NFL rigged, helping Kansas City win when you get calls like that? Terrible play call here. Gives Denver a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. 6:11 left in the game. Denver down 16-0. Russell Wilson shotgun formation. Throws the ball into the end zone. He's got Cortland Sutton, and that's a phenomenal catch. That is an amazing catch, but he does not get both feet in bounds. And that was an amazing catch. And they're going to replay it. I think he only got one in bounds. That is an amazing one-handed catch, and I understand why he is okay. I understand why Cortland Sutton wants a challenge. That would the referees made the right call, but by the way, that is a phenomenal catch. The referee is right there. That's not a catch, unfortunately. He doesn't have possession as he hits the ground, and so what the deal is that they are gonna challenge this. This is going to be a wasted timeout. This is another bad move by Sean Payton, and I get it because here's the deal. The ball is still moving as he's going out of bounds. This is not going to be a catch, even though Sean Payton is going to hope against hope. They're going to lose a timeout here. Not really. The more you win, the more players' agents want you to put out that you want to come there just to drive up the price for the highest bidder. You occasionally get one, most you won't. Without the top dollar, close to the top offer. OLU is an athlete. Kalen's the corner. That's okay. Piss off Mahomes. All right, I'm behind on comments, but Ref Tone, that's a shit call. I told you script writers are predictable. Got set Denver up for the under. I will say whoever gets Corum is going to get a stud. Broncos country, let's. Yeah, it's so awesome. Broncos country, let's. I'm not really sure. I think you're talking about the play where Chris Jones thought that George Karlaftis was going to go. I kind of would like to see both of them just give more of an effort, but that's okay. Russell Wilson was still in bounds, but I can't wait for somebody to call about it. I agree with you, Keys. I've seen that ticky-tacky go the other way. The Edwards is a terrible penalty. Yeah, that was that. And by the way, Keys is referring to the Mike. That's not a penalty, by the way, Mike Edwards. That is a perfect form tackle. That is not a penalty. That's a bullshit call. They're saying that roughing the passer for Edwards not bracing. Yeah, I don't agree with that 100%. I 100% don't agree with that. And by the way, Keys, the ball looks to me like it was moving around a tad. They're going to lose this. There's no way they're going to lose. They're going to lose. Oh God! One pride's on fire. One pride's on fire. Sean Payton out. This is a bad challenge. Because you have 3 timeouts, you have 6 minutes, and you're at the 11. And now we're going to get back to the game here. And on the field, it's an incomplete. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I'm trying to be impartial. This is just. I'm trying to be impartial, but the ball's moving, and I get what they're saying, but the ball's I don't. All right. So they're going to go for 2 here. So it's 16-6 here. 6:07 left in the fourth. 2-point conversion's key because if they convert this 2-point conversion, it will be a 1-possession game. If not, it's a 2-possession game. Hand off to Javonte Williams. He gets the 2-point conversion. So we got a ball game, folks. I kept on saying that we're going to have a ball game. The Kansas City Chiefs are pitching the shutout through 53 minutes, and we got a ball game. that we got a ball game. And for anybody who thinks the NFL's rigged pro Kansas City, just watch a couple really bad calls go against Kansas City. Broncos country and let's ride should be words. I like making fun of the Broncos country and let ride. So here's the deal. It's just I can get Russell Wilson. I can get Sean Payton. I don't get them together because they do different things. They do different things, and it's like putting a square peg in a round hole. And bottom line, if you have a guy like if you have a guy like Russell Wilson, you got to play up to his strengths. And for the first part of this game, they were doing, but it didn't really work out. We're back to the game here, and the Broncos are going to kick. The Chiefs are going to get the ball with 6:07 left in the game. And because the Broncos won the challenge, they have all three of their timeouts remaining. So for folks, which looked like a snoozer, and all the things that we were complaining about Denver doing things wrong on offense, they are in a position to win this game, believe it or not. But I just don't buy it working out. It's a bad call. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation. Rashid Rice goes from the top of the formation to the bottom, joining Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes back to pass, dumps it off to Kelce. Nice play by Singleton, stopping Kelce, grabbing onto his ankle after a gain of 3. That's the taped up ankle, and Travis Kelce is going to hobble, I thought, off the field. And yeah, he is going to hobble off the field as Noah Gray comes in. And Travis Kelce wants to stay in there. But he is not moving well. And Singleton, great play by Singleton, but he grabs onto that bad ankle. And that's not a dirty play. It's just a football play. But so is that Mike Edwards sack, or that Mike Edwards hit. So 2nd and 7 left in the game here. Kansas City Chiefs are going to take advantage of the clock here, even though it is a one-possession game. Broncos blitz here. Patrick Mahomes scrambles out to the outside. He's at the 25 to the 30. Play action pass. And he puts his shoulder down into Cooper. I kind of like it here. Patrick Mahomes a little pissed off here, and I get why, and a little aggressive there. But it's going to be 3rd and about 1 as the clock will go down inside of 5 minutes here. Travis Kelce's going to come back onto the field here. What guts Travis Kelce's having. They're going to call it 3rd and 2, but it's really more of a 3rd and 1 here. So a big 3rd down here as we are under 5 minutes. With Denver having 3 timeouts remaining, Kansas City really needs to convert this 1st down. Shotgun formation here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. Rashid Rice at 45 to the 50 to 45. Breaks the tackle at the 40. Nice play. Am I really that far behind? I didn't think it was that bad. I was like 40 seconds. I know I'm behind. If you're wondering why I'm so far behind, I use YouTube TV and then I'm streaming it on my computer. So the apps, but I didn't think I was that far behind. Patrick Mahomes, 28 out of 38, 293, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rashid Rice, 4 receptions, 72 yards. As we are going to 4 minutes here, it's going to be a handoff of Pacheco. Pacheco's going to go to the middle of the field. You're on. Okay. Yeah. I'm not on Prime. So, oh my God, she's got Coco in the thumbnail. How gorgeous is that? Great commentating, great voice. Yeah, I do a good job. The only problem is that I'm about 10 seconds behind, and it's something I'm going to try to work on this off season. So it's something I'm going to work on this off season. But yeah, Travis Kelce, 9 receptions, 124. And the question is, when did the Denver Broncos start using their timeouts? 2nd and 6 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes goes downfield, hits. It's Sky Moore for a 1st down here. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we get to a point in the game now where Denver needs to think about using their timeouts. Denver needs to start using their timeouts. Because they're at a point where the Kansas City Chiefs are in field goal range, by the way. The Kansas City Chiefs are in field goal range. If they kick a field goal, the game is pretty much over because it's back to a 2-possession game. And Denver's going to use their 1st timeout here. They're going to say it's at 3:04. So this is a very key next couple plays, because if Kansas City Chiefs can get a first down and take away some of these timeouts and the 2-minute warning, then it really puts Denver in a really bad situation, because Kansas City kicks a field goal and they go up by 2 possessions. You almost have no timeout. So these next couple plays are very, very key. Very, very key. First and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are at the Denver 23-yard line, well within Butker's range. This is a chip shot for Butker. It's going to be a handoff to Pacheco. He's going to bounce around to the right side. Stay in bounds, young man. Nice play here. Justin Simmons fires just looks like he shot out of a cannon, and you're going to see Pacheco lose a yard here. Great job by Justin Simmons. Just reads the play and just comes downfield. He was about 15 yards back and just fires out and gets Pacheco for a loss of 1. That's a phenomenal play by Justin Simmons. What a great job by Simmons, just coming from the deep half of the field to just see it's a run play, just bam, and make the stop after and causing a loss of 1. So Pacheco got me. Okay, that's awesome, Jeff Pacheco. I'm gonna touch base on this, Keys. I'll touch base on this here in just a minute. Second 11 here. Denver used their second timeout to make it 2:59 left in the game here. Kansas City Chiefs are going to pop pass to Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney is going to slip a tackle, but wisely goes down after a gain of 2. And so what Denver's going to do is they're going to keep their final timeout because they have the 2-minute warning. So the Kansas City Chiefs here, what they're going to do is they're going to snap the ball, and there's going to be about 2:15 left on the clock. More than likely what's going to happen is that if the Kansas City Chiefs run the ball, it'll go all the way down to the 2-minute warning. Then Kansas City will kick a field goal. Now, if the Kansas City Chiefs get a first down, it's a completely different set of circumstances. But I have a hard time believing that Kansas City. Well, you never know what the Chiefs are going to do. But it's 3rd and 10 here. The Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to pass, and it's a sack. And I don't know. This looks like a blown assignment here. Basically, Patrick Mahomes, it looks like he was expecting something. So it's going to come down to the 2-minute warning. Even though Mahomes is sacked, they're well within Butker's range. So when we're going to have a commercial break here at the 2-minute warning, Kansas City's up 16-8. Keys, I'm going to star this comment because I want to touch base on this. So Chargers or Dallas, I don't have it in the description below. That's on me, One Pride, but check out my picks video. I did pick Dallas, but that's going to be a fun Monday night game. I would love to call that game just like I'm doing this one. I probably won't be calling that as much as I would love to. But that's something I'd like to do in the future. So you watch Kansas City will go down and run the clock. Out the clock instead of scoring. Got to keep that under it. Pacheco needs to stop reaching for the corner. He's not Jamal Charles. Simmons and others have too much speed for that. No, and that play he should just try to get. I get it. He's had some success. He's had some long runs, but I get it. But yeah, he should just cut upfield on that play. Tried to get a couple yards, so he does. Yeah, you have the sound off. Mahomes was yelling blitz cover 0 over and over again for the snap. So yeah, I don't have the sound on, but I have the captions on. If I have the sound on, I've tried experimenting with some different things. But what I do is I have one screen that has the comments and StreamYard, at the other screen on my monitor with the game, and then as time goes on and as I do more and more things with the channel, I want to upgrade. I want to get a second camera. I'm going to take advantage of the black screen. I have a green screen. Right now, it's just a black screen behind me, but I'm going to upgrade on monitors and equipment here, hopefully sooner than later. But the whole point is just get the channel to grow and And once the channel grows, I can kind of upgrade on some stuff. Right now, not able to do that. But eventually I'm going to get to a point where I can kind of do what you have when you have the headphones on, so I can actually listen to the game as I do play by play. But yeah, these are things I'm going to do in the future. So you're not alone. You're not alone in one pride. You're not alone. So Butker's going to go for a 52-yard field goal, and this would not ice the game, but it would make things really difficult here. The kick is up, and it's good. A 52-yard field goal for Butker is pretty much money. Butker 4 for 4 tonight, and now that the Chiefs are up by 11, it's going to make things very, very difficult for the Denver Broncos. They only have one timeout, 1:55 remaining, so. Anyway, I believe I said Tuesday this had to be the best game of Vance Joseph life. Yeah. Dan wants to get a pole dance. I got some ideas of different things I want to do with the channel long term. Because if I'm able to grow the channel and get bigger and able to do different things, I have some good ideas in the future. But right now, I'm limited due to time constraints and technological things, But there are some things. A juggler in a bear costume is kind of cool. I short term is I'd like to get more guests. One Pride sent me a DM of a couple guys that he likes. And I started following them on Instagram and on YouTube, but I haven't reached out to him yet. Pete, who's a big Dolphins fan, he has a YouTube channel. He used to come on the show quite a bit, him and Cliff. Pete has a Dolphins YouTube channel. He's agreed to come on when the Chiefs play the Dolphins in a couple of weeks. And then, of course, I'd love to have Luke G come on a little more, and he's gonna. I'm pretty sure Luke G is going to be able to come on once a draft comes in, because I kind of want to find out some things what Detroit's going to do, because they're going to pick a lot later than most teams. 1st and 10 for the Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson, shotgun formation, 1:55 left in the game. Chiefs up by 11. Russell Wilson's going to be back to pass here. Throws ball downfield deep, and it's going to be broken up by Mike Edwards here. It was actually not a bad throw, but nice play by Mike Edwards in perfect position. What they did on this play defensively was kind of interesting. They had Chris Jones lined up at defensive end. I didn't see who was lined up on the inside. But I like that they had Chris Jones on the outside. They're trying to get one-on-one on the edge using Chris Jones. Kind of interesting here. Now they got Chris Jones at the top of the screen, and they're just going to run 3. Interesting what they're doing here. They're going to check down to a screenplay, and it's a fumble. And this is going to be ball game, folks. Chiefs ball, game over. Fumble cause. I didn't see who forced the fumble. This is a terrible. By the way, this is a terrible play call. This is actually awful. This is just freaking awful play calling by the Denver Broncos. So here's the drill. They had a screenplay lined up. The Chiefs only bring 3, so they got 8 in coverage. There's no way this play is going to work. No way. That's Trent McDuffie who actually makes the tackle. And I thought he forces a – I'm going to be honest with you. So Trent McDuffie tackles P. Ryan for a short gain. P. Ryan just fumbles. I want to tell you that Trent McDuffie forced the fumble. He really didn't. This is just P. Ryan dropping the ball, but this is a terrible play call. You want to run a screenplay when you have players blitzing, not when you have 8 dropping back. This is just horrible play calling, and the Kansas City Chiefs are just going to take a knee. Kansas City Chiefs are going to take a knee here, and even if Denver wants to get cute and use their last timeout, there's nothing really that they can do, because if they do get the ball back, they're going to get the ball back with about 20 seconds, if that. So, this was an old Saturday Night Live skit, by the way. We had some old Saturday Night Live skits. I do like them. I don't Because I don't know him. I just started following when you brought him out, but when you brought him up, but it'll be interesting to see what they want to do if they would be interested. I have not DM'd them. All I've done is followed them on social media, and that's all I've done. That's all I've done so far is just follow them. But I might reach out to them. I haven't had a chance to watch too much of their content, but I do. They look interesting, man. I don't know how we would really get along, generational gap, but it's interesting. But this is the whole point of creating a YouTube channel like this is I want people to send me stuff like this. So this game is over. The Kansas City Chiefs win 19-8. The Chiefs do cover the 10.5. So I win with the Chiefs win, but I predicted Denver to cover. They did not cover. And we got ball game here. The Chiefs will advance to 5-1. Denver is 1-5, and they have a lot of questions. And by the way, the Chargers after Monday night, they will be on a short week with a well-rested Kansas City. Next week, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to host the Chargers in Arrowhead, and of course, the Chargers, as we mentioned before, they're playing. They're going to play on Monday night. Then they're going to come to Arrowhead, and that's going to be a fun game. Chargers going to play in a fun game Monday night against Dallas. I will say those kids aren't biased and like purple. Yeah, that dude's a douche. That dude's a douche. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, P. Ryan. Pre-need. Yeah, I thought McDuffie made a great play. He really did, but that was just a terrible play call because once you saw that Kansas City was going to rush 3 and drop 8, they should have changed the play call. Having a screen play when you're down 11, having a screenplay when you're down 11 and when you're down 11 with under 2 minutes left doesn't make a lot of sense unless the other team's blitzing. It was just terrible. So. I haven't really gone through their content yet. I just followed them and subscribed to their channel. I haven't really gone through it yet. I watched one thing where they were throwing a fit about being anti-Taylor Swift, and I'm like, okay. I'm being facetious when I keep saying that the Chiefs are. Chiefs fans can't get enough of Taylor Swift. There's been, ever since Taylor Swift first appeared on TV, Chiefs fans have hated it. Just absolutely hated it. Just absolutely hated it. And I'm being extremely facetious when I bring up that Chiefs fans love Taylor Swift. So I'm being very, very facetious. Chiefs fans hate it. At least all over my social media. I don't do TikTok, One Pride, and it's funny. I've been told, I think Keys does TikTok, but it's mainly of him twerking. So if you go to Keys' TikTok, it's mainly him twerking, and I'm not saying it's not fantastic. It's just I don't do TikTok. I might do TikTok later on. I don't know. It's a very, Keys, you nailed it. You're 1,000% correct. It's very quiet. By the way, Mahomes goes 30 for 40 for 300 yards, and people are, it's a yawner. And you're right, Keys, you're 1,000% correct. It's a yawner. Yeah. He had the Vikings at, by the way, One Pride, you're the only person to comment on my rankings video. Once I saw that got such little traction, I was going to stop doing it. But then once I saw your content, so about my power rankings, I originally started off making it much longer, and I got through the first 2 teams, and it was going to be like a 20-25 minute video. I realized that it was just going to take way too long to make. So I deleted all of it, and I just did the format that I did, which took several hours. Every video I make takes several hours. I'm not a filmer editing, genius at all. I really struggle when it comes to film and editing. So my power rankings video took a couple hours to make. But I also spent a couple hours with my power rankings. I got kind of a weird system of how I do it. I really wanted to do something. As far as my picks video, I want to do something more comprehensive on my picks video as well. It's time constraints. If I get a chance, I want to do a longer video where I talk about 30 to 90 seconds about each team. So 32 teams, 45 seconds each, plus an intro and an ending. It's like a 20, 25 minute video. And that was my plan. It's just I didn't have time to make it and release it by Wednesday. But my picks video and my power rankings, I want to make longer. I want to put more stuff in it. I just don't have the time. That's my problem. The Vikings at 8 is just silly. And if you're talking FTW or whatever the fuck, those guys suck too. The Vikings YouTubers are douchebags. So no, quiet's the perfect word. That was my plan. I didn't want to just, hey, but I was thinking about DMing them and saying, hey, look, one of my longtime subscribers brought you guys up. I'm following you guys. I have a YouTube channel. Check me out. And because they may check out my channel and be like, hey, we don't deal with this older guy who's way better looking than both of us. So I don't care about Swift anymore. She seems to make the offense. The reason they hate it is because it's like we, the fans, aren't here. Or Kansas City wasn't worth noticing until Swift. No, I don't think. You might be right. To me, I think people just hate just to hate. That's all it is. People just hate, and there's. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. I know somebody who's one of these Taylor Swift nut jobs, and don't get me wrong, she's a nice girl and everything, but these Taylor Swift people are just beyond crazy. I mean, Saturday Night Live did a skit on like Taylor Swift that was actually really, really hilarious. But yeah, these Taylor Swift fans are nuts. I mean, they really are. But the thing is, Gooch, I feel that way for all Chiefs Kingdom now, because Chiefs fans, there's so many Chiefs fans that weren't Chiefs fans until Mahomes got here. So I get it. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I love the Swift Kelsey thing. And by the way, the thing is with Swift and Kelsey, let me just break this down. I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining, but there's also, it's not going to last. I mean, remember Jessica Simpson and Tony Romo, like they dated for what, like 11 months and they went their different ways. Like that's kind of what you're going to see here. I mean, Travis Kelce's got his thing. Taylor Swift's got her thing. It's fun. It's entertaining. Is it going to last? No. I mean, you really think 20 years from now, Taylor Swift's going to have like 3 or 4 Travis Kelce's? No. Mini Kelce's, which I would love, by the way. But I mean, no, it's not going to happen. TikTok would be a good medium for your quick pits betting vids. I'm just focusing on YouTube right now. A lot of people told me, matter of fact, there's somebody I know who's an Instagram creator and she's amazing. I took like one of her free classes because Instagram made no sense to me. And it's kind of funny because like she's a former cheerleader who dresses like, I don't know the word. I'm going to say provocatively. I mean, but so when I took her class, I thought she'd be kind of snotty. She really wasn't. She was really down to earth, super friendly, really nice. And she's got like an online class for her, how you get promotions and brand deals on Instagram. I decided right now I'm just focusing on YouTube and YouTube only. I may get on TikTok soon, But right now, I'm not. I don't post on pretty much anything. I mean, I post my videos when I go live on. The one thing I would do, and I don't know this. If you can answer this real fast, I'd love it. Can I go live on TikTok when I like right now? Because right now I'm broadcasting on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If I can go live on TikTok, I don't know if I can, but if I can, I might substitute Facebook for Twitter, because Facebook is even though I got like 1,800 friends or whatever, there's only about like I think 6 or 8 people that I really kind of communicate with on Facebook. To be honest, the normal thing I do on Facebook is keep tabs on my brother-in-law, because he's addicted to like social media. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because like usually it's the girl that's addicted to social media, not the guy, but he's addicted to social media. She's not on it. She doesn't care about anybody. So yeah, I did a power rankings video. Very few people watched it. I originally wanted to do a much more comprehensive video, but then I realized I wouldn't be able to get it out in time. So I scrapped it and did a very short thing where I just did them basically in order. I didn't go into any detail about the picks and the logic behind it. Like one thing I really wanted to talk more about that I didn't do was I have Dallas over Detroit, and I really wanted to go into detail because I went back and forth on my rankings. So I have Dallas here. Do I have Detroit here? Do I have Dallas here, or do I have Detroit here? And it was a it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. So I was going to go into a lot of detail about those two teams. I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to talk about Carolina too. Because I don't think they're terrible. I don't think they're going winless, but it's just a time issue. So yeah, I did do a power rankings video. I was going to delete it actually, or not delete it, but I was going to switch it to private and stop doing it. But then one pride had some great comments, and I'm going to see if I can find a way. But yeah, Hey Girl, if you're not a YouTube creator and you don't work full time, I mean, Hey Girl raising a kid, she works full time. If you work like I work and then you're doing YouTube videos, time is a tough luxury. And if time wasn't an issue, I would do a lot of different things. So as the channel goes on, I'm going to spend more and more time. The quality is going to get better. My immediate goal is I want to try to find more guests to come on the show. I've been very lucky to get Keys to come on. By the way, Keys and Gooch were on last night. I had to work, but they're starting to put content up, and it's a great channel. So you know what it is. Well, I connect with them better too. I'm not. Yeah, and that's the whole thing is that there's a generational thing. So what I'm doing is I'm going to watch some of their content, then I'm going to reach out to them, and if they respond, then I'll see if they're interested in maybe doing something. More than likely, it'll be after the season because I'm pretty sure they do some draft content, and I want to get an idea of what they're thinking draft wise. So I think it has to do with how much sports coverage and in-game coverage saturation there has been with Swift. That could be part of it. I just think people just naturally just don't like things. And by the way, if Taylor Swift attended a game and the Chiefs lost like that first game, then people would be, because that's what happened with Jessica Simpson. And then people were blaming Simpson, the unlucky pink Romo jersey. I think it's fun, but I mean, what do I think? Like 5 years from now, we're gonna be like, hey, remember Swift and Travis Kelce? Like, it's not gonna last. It's just not. I mean, don't get me wrong. For example, Katy Perry's married to God, he was in a bunch of famous movies. Orlando Bloom, and like they've been together for like 10, 12 years. You know, like those things happen every now and then, but most of the time, like these things just don't last. I mean, they just don't last. It's fun, it's entertaining, and you know they're going to split up and do their different things. But I love it. I mean, I really do. I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. It's just gonna last. It's just not gonna last. Dan's not a Swift fan. He has a bunch of cardigans in his closet. You know, I don't own any. I don't own any. I've never. I remember. I don't even know if I want to say this, but I remember Taylor Swift when Donald Trump was elected president just had like a complete meltdown, and I'm like, you know, you didn't graduate from high school. You're an entertaining singer, but I don't really want to hear. Same thing with Katy Perry. Like I don't want to hear them talk about politics. Like you know what? You're talented musicians. Are you political? No, just shut the fuck up. Sing a song, and you know. No, yeah, I'm not a fan of Twitter. The one thing I do like about Twitter is my boy George posts a lot on there. He's been doing a great job with picks this year. He's A+. I get a lot of stuff on Twitter. There's several people I follow that I get sports information from, but I've also had to go through. At first I was following like anybody who had anything to do with sports. I was just following them on Twitter. I had a bunch of people do like some I'm gonna say inappropriate, but I've had to just. I don't know if there's a way, but I've probably blocked a couple hundred people from Twitter. I went through my Facebook and saw that like I had no idea. I blocked a bunch of people from Facebook too. I didn't realize it, but you know, it is what it is. I use Twitter for sports more than anything else. Facebook, even though I got like 1,800 friends, there's probably like only 6 or 7 people that I communicate with on Facebook. Instagram, I hit you up. Luke G likes Instagram. He used to do Twitter. Now he's Instagram. There's a few other people that I'll comment on Instagram. There's Matt Cross. Doesn't have anything to do with sports, but Matt Cross has a pair of YouTube channels, which are, for me, must-see channels. I think he has a manager that handles his social media, though. It's like the NPC girl. She goes live for 6 hours at a time. Oh God. So basically you basically, okay. Yeah. And then that's kind of what I thought. And, I might explore it down the line. Right now, I don't. I meant to do this the last couple of weeks. Is my picks videos. I meant to do shorts and release them on certain dates, and I just haven't had time to do it. And it's not. There's a way you can set it with YouTube Shorts. You can now put your long video that's attached to. But I was going to do so much more with YouTube Shorts, but I just didn't get a chance because I like to put my picks on YouTube Shorts. And then I was going to do more with my rankings video, but I didn't get an opportunity to do that. So you can do long. Okay, I didn't know that. If that's the case, I might start doing it and then go live on TikTok. I know a Streamyard that I use. You can automatically hook up to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. There's one other one, but you can't do it with TikTok. And there might be a way to do it. I don't know how to do it though. Not with StreamYard. Eventually, I may switch to Streamlabs, which has more opportunities like for super chats and to do more stuff. But StreamYards, the reason why I use StreamYard is because it's super easy. It's super, super easy. If you're kind of computer illiterate like I am, StreamYard's pretty easy. It's click and paste. I downloaded Streamlabs and I had some issues with it. But it may be the thing I need to use later on. So, okay. you have a great niche and you do well on other platforms. I would do TikTok before IG, but yeah, you make more money on IG, you grow fast. Well, here's the deal. I'm set up on IG. I just don't use it that much. I don't post a lot on IG. I basically just get on and there's a few people I chat with, like for example, One Pride, we DM each other, but I really don't use IG. I'm focusing everything on YouTube right now, but as YouTube blows up, I'll start working on Instagram. There's some, matter of fact, if you're interested, I'll send you her name's Nicole Wong, but she has a great Instagram promotional class. It's just that right now, all I want to do is focus on YouTube. I'm not saying you can't do. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not set up on it, but if I can go live, if I can figure out how to do it on Streamyard, which it's a little tricky because Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, it's just click and paste. You have to do something else, and I haven't looked into it. Just keep it simple, stupid. So that's what I've been doing. To me, you have to find a way to make it easy on yourself, but you have to get on as many platforms as possible for short content. So you have to bait out there, just not relying on you. Yeah. That's why I was doing shorts for the picks videos. And I actually, in the past, I've gotten a lot of subscribers from the shorts, but I've changed it up a little bit and the shorts aren't as popular as they were. And that's something I have to kind of work with, but I like taking like the game picks and I was putting a bunch of those on shorts and I was getting a lot of people. So she does. Yeah, she does. What you said about not wanting to hear, then talk about politics is just it. Football fans don't want to do anything else in their football. They don't want politics. They don't want a musician. I use Twitter to follow about 50% strong sports news, sports analytics, film down. You use Twitter a lot. Yeah. I don't use it as much as you do, but I do get some news from Twitter. A lot of guys that you follow, I don't. But I always like it when, like, me and you communicate via Twitter. I use Instagram with One Pride, and Facebook. Even though I got like 1,800, there's only a few people I use Facebook with, but I don't follow as many people as you do. I at one point there was hundreds of people, and I just started just there's only a handful of people, but they like to see at least 3 platforms on your social media resume. I'd like for you to dip a toe into 2 more platforms for traffic because you're really amazing. Well, thank you. Hey girl. So when I set up this live stream, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I'm on YouTube. And the way StreamYard is, I got the platinum. They got the got the platinum, or I forget what it is. There's the basic one where you can only do 1. I got the one with 3. They have a platinum where you can do, I think, 5 or 10. And I haven't signed up for that one yet because I got other expenses. But as things change and I can spend more money on YouTube, I'm either going to go with Streamlabs, which is a little more difficult and it'll take some time for me to use, or I'll go with the other platform so I can get more out. But right now, the promotion or the program I have with StreamYard is I only have 3. And that's all it allows. And I use Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And I've been toying around with getting off of Facebook and going to Twitch. I've done Twitch in the past instead of Twitter. It's just I never got into Twitch. I just I know a bunch of people do. I never did. So. All right, Gay Keys, thank you so much for turning on. So my Twitter, yeah, your Twitter is private. Yeah, I don't really, I mean, for me, it's Facebook. Now, should I make a YouTube channel? Yeah, I think everybody should. I think everybody should. In every one of my videos, I have a few links to a Sean Cannell, Cannell, Cannell. If you want to make a YouTube channel, go to those links at the bottom of every one of my videos. I copy and paste it. Go through his videos, and he has a bunch of free videos. All right, a bunch of free stuff. Just subscribe to his channel, and everything you want to know about YouTube, he'll have. Now, he's got a program that you can purchase. I would not recommend purchasing anything until you look at a bunch of his free content. Once you look at his free content, click on one of my links below, and you get a discount. So, but here's what I would recommend. I recommend everybody get on YouTube. You know why? It's free, and all you need is one of these. You have a phone, make a YouTube channel. And if you decide you don't like it, you don't want to do it, then that's it. If you have any questions about YouTube, if you DM me, I'll answer anything you want. The links I have, the Sean Channels classes, there's a lot of free stuff. Check out his free stuff. And then if you decide that, hey, I want to spend money to make my YouTube channel grow, click on one of those links, and it saves you some money. Holy shit. I know nothing about TikTok. I don't watch it. I don't use it. Hit me up, because we're texting buddies. We'll talk, but I don't know if you're making money off TikTok. I think TikTok would be great for what you do. I don't know if it would be good for what I do. And right now, I've just been focusing on YouTube, but as time goes, I want to branch out to more on Instagram. I get some information on Twitter, but I'm not really a fan, and the whole Twitter pay, and it's turned me off. But I will call you. I will call you either tomorrow or this weekend. So, Hatter's House 710, go Lions. If I remember right, you got a nice game this weekend. I'm drawing a complete blank on who you play. I'm going to bring up the schedule real fast. I do have my picks video. Below. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a real fun game. Tampa Bay's fresh off a bye. I would love to. I probably won't be able to, but I would love to be able to do Sunday or Monday night, but I probably won't be able to do this live. I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have not set up the stream yet, but I will be live tomorrow. So I'll be live tomorrow, and I'll be ready to go. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. I should have set it up. I apologize. I didn't do it. So Mahomes put up 24 points for me in fantasy, shaking my head. That's not bad. Well, by the way, Hatter's House. Man, listen, you're here. I'm always willing to help. If you're in a fantasy league, though, it better be a pay league. Don't be posting shit about some free bullshit. If you're in a free fantasy football league, I don't want to hear about it. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $100. As long as there's some money involved. If you're in a free league, I don't want to hear about it. If you got $5 in it, whether it's $100 buy-in, $5 buy-in, let me know what I can do to help you. If it's a free league, don't bring it up. If it's bragging rights, don't bring it up. You got money involved, let me help you. Because I do more with props than I do with fantasy, but I'm more than willing to help you out on fantasy. I had a buddy of mine years ago. It's kind of funny because I never would have pictured it, but he's in a $100 buy-in, and it's like $5 a transaction. So the reason why they did it is because they wanted a lot of money involved, because they wanted it to matter more. And he hit me up for some tips with some free agents that were out there. I think like both his starting running backs, this is several years ago, both his starting running backs went down. He's like, I need some help. We know about this guy. Turned out to me, my recommendations didn't really help. The player that he ended up signing, didn't do much. But if there's anything I can do to help you win some money, I will do it. And Hatter's House, all my social media links are below. hit me up if you don't follow me on social media. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. As we mentioned earlier, I don't do TikTok, but I may do it down the line. There's one thing, by the way, One Pride has some fantastic questions here. Broncos, this is so awesome. I wanted to touch base. I know Keith left the chat, but I do want to touch base on this. How do the 49ers have better Super Bowl odds than the Eagles? All right. And by the way, he's big on the Niners, but come on. Okay, I wanted to touch base on this. This is set up by the public. All right, the odds are set at the beginning of the year, and then when teams go up, win and lose, it's by the betting public. So the betting public is dictating that the 49ers are better than the Eagles right now. My power rankings video, I have the 49ers as 1, Eagles as 2. And the betting public mostly agrees with me because if I say something, the betting public agrees. That's actually not true. But I will say this, my boy George, who came on a few weeks ago, there's been several bets that he has made that has affected sports books. When he puts a bet down, he does affect sports books. And that's why I follow him on Twitter. And that's a big reason why I use Twitter. Because I'm not somebody who gets like, there's several people I follow on Twitter, but there's only a few of them that I really pay close attention to. The guy that I had on here, aka Riley, my boy George, and I don't think he'd like that nickname, Boy George. I'll have to talk to him about it. But he came on a few weeks ago. When he makes a bet, it does affect betting lines by the general public. It affects casinos. And that's why I loved having him on here. And he's also a guy that bets several $1,000s a week. And lately he's been collecting. So if you do fantasy, whether he wouldn't help you in fantasy, I can help you. Hatter's House 710. But to answer the question by Keys, which was a fantastic question, I wish I would have answered this when he was still on. This is just by the betting public. These odds are set by the betting public. People are betting on the 49ers. And to me, the 49ers look like the best team in football. They really do. But I'm going to tell you this. Is McCaffrey going to last 17? Is Kittle going to last 17? I said CMC was my MVP, but now I'm looking at, I'm looking at Brock Purdy, and I'm like, is he the MVP? And it kind of looks like it. It kind of looks like it. I might go Brock Purdy MVP and then Christian McCaffrey MVP number 2. The people that do the MVP voting, I believe, go 1, 2, and 3. So, but Hatter's House 710. Good luck in your fantasy football league. I will help you out if it's a paid league. If it's a free league, don't bring it up. I don't want to. I don't do that free shit. There's no point. That's why. There's no point. Listen, guys, I've been on for 3.5 hours. My throat is wearing out. Thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for joining me and coming in here and watching football with me. This is my favorite thing in the world to do is watch football. I love football. I love talking football, and I love interacting with you guys. For those of you who do sports betting, or in Hatter's House case, fantasy football, I would love to be able to help you guys out. If you guys have anybody that you want me to collab with, like One Pride did, all my social media is below. DM me, send me a friend request, DM me, and I would love to do some I'd love to do some collabs. I've had some great shows with Keys, some great shows with the Back Talk Brothers. George was a fantastic guest. Luke G. I owe so much to Luke G. And I also owe Luke G big time because I told him I'd come on to eat some crow and I never did. So I'm kind of a piece of shit liar to Luke G, which is a guy that I have the utmost respect for. Even we don't agree, but all the time, but I have the utmost respect for Luke G and Luke G Field Review. And he's a guy that not only were we going to do like Chiefs Lions stuff, but I want to get him on to talk draft. He's a fantastic guest. So I'd like to get more people to come on the show, and the show's a lot more fun with it with a co-host. If any one of you guys want to come on, DM me, have an idea of what you want to talk about. If you are somebody who follows the Luke G Field Review, he likes putting the links in and having different people. The only reason I haven't done that is because I don't have the same size following as Luke G, and that's basically it, because I would love to hear from more teams or from more people. It shows more fun with doing more people, but I don't need people on my show. I can literally turn on my phone, I can turn on my camera, and I can go 3, 4, 5 hours talking about football. I don't need somebody, but it's always a little more fun. If anybody has any final thoughts, questions, suggestions, anything at all, I'm here, but I'm going to shut down for the night, and I'm going to set up the live stream for tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow. I'm going to go over the rest of my picks, and if you guys need anything, don't forget, DM me on social media. Send me a friend request. I think you can DM me, but if you're not a friend, sometimes it filters out. So send me a friend request. Let me then DM me if you need anything. That said, I hope to see all of you back tomorrow, 7 p.m., same Central Time.